I have to admit, it actually is.
Maybe we'll do a Smut Talk on food again just because it's fun. So, anyway. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Smudcast number 367, Why the Critical Drinker is Toxic, the Problem with Reactionaries on YouTube. So already in the title, we have two big words that don't make sense to me, and that is something which is toxic and something which is a reactionary. As we've
drinker is drinking poison all the time.
Technically, that would be literally toxic. Yes.
Daniel.
He is intoxicated. It's the whole point of his shtick.
Yeah. I don't know what he means by reactionary, and we've discussed these two terms before, unless they define.
I've given you my definition of that.
Okay, so I don't really care.
Should I repeat it?
I don't really care.
Isn't everybody a reactionary? I mean, we all have to react in some way or another.
Yeah, well, everybody who's not a socialist is a reactionary. Everybody who doesn't agree with the dogma of socialism and socialist movements and causes is a reactionary. If you are in the way, you are a reactionary. You need to be removed.
I know, that's fine, but why is that a bad thing? And why do we need to be removed? That's
because socialism is the ultimate good. It's utopia. It is heaven on earth, and you're in the way of heaven on earth. How could you be in the way of heaven on earth? You demon! You must be a demon if you're in the way of heaven on earth.
Oh,
that makes it justified to remove you by force.
I'm a toxic reactionary.
I'm still confused at how The Last Jedi brings about the glorious communist revolution, but that's Twitter for you. So there.
Anyway, so we don't know what those terms mean. Hopefully, Turf Nation will go into detail. Let me just get some information on the video. It was published this month, about a week ago, and it's got 23,000 views. I don't know the dislike bar. I'm assuming it's low just because Drinker is much more popular.
Oh, it's highly disliked. 640 likes and 2006.6 dislikes.
Right.
Cool.
So
Drinker's channel blew up. I mean, when he's
2.66 thousand dislikes.
No,
yeah, and it's not that long ago that Drinker started his channel, and it just trudged along and was steadily growing, and suddenly he's like, "What is?" He's getting millions of views by now.
He's got more dislikes than his subscribers. It's funny.
And I just recently heard that YouTube made changes again to the dislike function. That if you only click on a video to click the dislike button, it is likely that your dislike may be removed. So you have to actually watch a portion of the video for it to stick.
Oh, joy.
Hey, at least there's no more dislikes for Smudcast now.
No one actually pays attention. Well, I cannot see
they'll keep that.
As you guys know, I cannot see the numbers of the dislikes just because I'm logged in, and that's been going on for a few months now. So I can't tell you how many dislikes, but we have covered Turf Nation before, and if you can see the first 2 seconds of his video, he's recording it at 1.87K subscribers, and as of today, he has 2.1K subscribers. So obviously, he's getting popular just by...
Wait, you're not joking?
No, I'm not joking.
It increased as his dislikes increased?
Oh, yeah. No, if you do anything that's popular, you're going to get subs. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad.
Yeah, that's why going after very popular channels is the way to go.
Right.
For a ranting channel.
And technically we should be going after bigger, longer videos just because there's more critique to do. But personally on Smudcast, I don't care. I just want...
But I don't want to cover Vosh. I'll lose what's left of my mind.
We have our limits. We have our standards. We're not going to cover useless...
I would jump off a bridge if we do Vosh.
And plus, I have covered him before, so I know what to expect, and there's no need to jump into his stuff because it's pointless. So
you did many parts with LD, didn't you?
Well,
that was funny.
Well, LD and I, when we respond to any of these videos by ourselves, we have a lot to say, and we pretty much have the same attitude about these things. We'll just take it apart as much as we can, and it's kind of entertaining when they attack because they were attacking him, And
that's a special situation.
Yeah, so we have a lot. Obviously, if someone attacks your own work, you're going to be like, okay, this is going to take some time. And it was fun for us to do. And actually, it was almost ridiculous to a point because we couldn't quite grasp what the hell he was saying after about 20 minutes. Because
he was contradicting himself in the same sentence.
He was inventing.
He says nothing all the time.
Well, no, he does say stuff. He invents his own terms of what winning means. Like winning means getting hit by a lightsaber 4 times, apparently, and falling down, while the person you were attacking never got hit once. It's kind of weird how you describe. Like in fencing, if you get hit 4 times, you lose.
His argument often just changes to the opposite of what you just said, and then he tries to reframe everything so that it looks like his argument is correct, so he wins.
Well, that's part
even if the next sentence requires him to take the opposite stance.
Yeah, the other part is he just doesn't know the material, even though he says he watched the movie or read the book or whatever. You're just like, dude, did you?
Oh, that comes on top.
That is like, okay, this is ridiculous now. Now stuff is being invented, which happens a lot, but with him, it's just bizarre. It just keeps going and going, and it just snowballs.
He does this in conversation, debates in quotation marks with other people all the time. When people who do know their stuff bring up examples, parallels from across the world, all over the world, he acts as if he knows it better, is then proven wrong, Googles it while the stream is going, reads a Wikipedia page, acts as if he knows everything better, and then later on claims that, oh well, but we're talking about America, so the rest of the world doesn't matter. It just goes back and forth, and the Star Wars thing is just one application of that. But
you should have seen his argument with Count Dankula.
That was great. Dank did everything right. He just let Walsh hang himself. He just sat there smiling, rolling his cigarette, and letting Walsh just.
Oh yeah.
I think we can all agree that Walsh is just retarded, and we should just probably just
Yeah, I'd say he's maliciously retarded.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I saw your LitDev and your coverage of Walsh. I just stumbled upon that a few months ago on your channel. Didn't even know it was there. Just scrolled through, and I recommend it to everyone. Watch that thing. It's I think a 4-parter.
Well, that is the long part.
It's really good, and you cover arguments and points that you had taken apart years ago. I think by now. That we re-examine today again and again, and you already took them apart back then.
Well, that was
really
the 4-parter. We did I think 6 months. I can't remember how long ago. I then just took his comments, like without our commentary, and put all the stupid things he said in like a 10-minute video or whatever it was, because they're so retarded. Like they're just wrong, illogical, exaggerated. They're just silly shit that he says. So
that's great.
Isn't that also where we found out that he really loves horse a lot?
I posted a few videos about his love of child porn and horse cock.
Oh,
yeah, it was kind of.
Oh god,
that was funny, by the way.
Oh no.
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, that's all you need to know about him. That's.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. To bring it back onto the Critical Drinker, the people who call Critical Drinker toxic call Vorsh morally superior and perfect and wonderful, and it's like we've just literally now brought up horsecock and child pornography. And it's a bit like
his child porn justifications.
Yeah, and it's just a bit like these are the non. This is what the internet, and I put internet in quotation marks because it's what, as Wisp will soon tell me, the socialists, this is what they call non-toxic behaviour. Child porn, degeneracy, being idiots, that's non-toxic.
Mm-hmm.
Criticising things and being a reviewer, that is toxic. It's like,
and his argument is one of the most retarded you can imagine. For I think it was oh, it's already been made, so nobody's getting hurt.
Well, the house switch was already made in 1943. No one got hurt.
And it's continuous exploitation of your abuse. This doesn't get into his head. It's amazing.
Okay.
You can't just say it's already been done. No one's getting. It's like no. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, but well.
We'll get into the video.
Yeah, let's get into it. Anyway, we got some donations and super chats. Thank you guys. Let's get started. Tall person, thank you for the 2. Here, just some money, just cuz. Have a nice day. Well, thank you very much. It's always nice.
Oh, what a nice gentleman.
Joe Crazy. I remember when Xander was on and kept calling G&G a reactionary. When someone said it was their version of SJW, he got all defensive. Honestly, I don't recall what he said except for one thing.
Oh, did someone say that? That's funny.
Well, he was insulting Geeks and Gamers or Jeremy there.
Yeah.
And one of the responses was, "What, you think you can't be a misogynist if you're married?" And I was sitting there going
what?
I didn't say anything because I was just like, "What the hell?" So
it was funny. I was re-listening to it. You were pretty silent for like a long period of time. I was kind of like, whoa.
I can just imagine Smudge just hearing everything, and in his head is just like the Windows startup because he's just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. You're just like, what?
Like, what are you supposed to do at that point?
It's like no offense, but it's like one of those things where you just start to go, how do I argue with stupid? And you're like,
I won't even say it's stupid. It's just nonsense.
Well, Xander has proven to be one of the more milquetoast nothing people we've ever had talked about, and he happened to be on at one time and never again. But there's been a lot of, like, Turf Nation's a great example of a guy he's actually worse than Xander because he says dumb things. Oh yeah.
You mean he hasn't even made it to stupid yet?
Oh no, we covered one of his videos before. I left some commentary on it prior. And I don't know if you guys remember that, but it was just so bad. And
that's why he missed everything you said.
He didn't respond to the points. Obviously, these guys never do. So it was just so fruitless and pointless that.
What did he say? I can't even remember.
Yeah, check.
He just said people aren't getting hurt. Watch the video or something. I don't know.
The scary part is imagine people like that holding power over you. That's when you get in real trouble.
Yeah, if you want to just check out the original video he made. I'm sure I left my comment there, and or if you want to go to Twitter, I have my postings of all my comments on YouTube just in case you guys don't see them. So. Scroll down in my timeline, you'll see it.
Honestly, once we cover a video, I usually just ask YouTube to block that video, so I never have to look at it ever again. So I don't see any comments. So.
All right. Anyway, one more from Kyle Rocket. Thanks for the donation. Smutty, how's it going? Do you? Let me just try this English one more time. Do you, when DC started hinting at Tim Drake being bi? I read about that on Twitter, yes. Because I tried looking it up, and I can't find anything. All the supporters say they've been hinting at it. Why can't they see...
Oh, he's been queer-coded since the 90s.
Just some guy went through it. He's been a fan of the character, and he says there's never been anything even hinting at it. And in that new comic, he's not bi, he's simply just gay.
Mm-hmm. I do laugh. I was able to use woke language against someone on Facebook with all this, by the way. It was really funny. I posted saying that it's just a gimmick. You know, look, it's so boring making gay or bi characters because they're all fucking gay and bi now. And this guy responded going, it's dirty heteros like you that keep gays and, the reason why we celebrate is because of dirty heteros like you. And my response to him was, dirty heteros, less of the bigoted language, please. Next thing I know, the guy got kicked out of the group because he used bigoted language.
Amazing.
Poetic justice, I love it.
On the Tim Drake issue, watch just some guy's video because he also explains the Japanese yaoi genre, which is a gay manga made by women for women. That's the main audience. It's girls who buy boy on boy manga. And he explains the genre a little bit and the parallels to what is going on in Marvel and DC right now, which is in yaoi stories. And this has always been the case for the most part. Nothing really happens. It's only about fetishizing the romantic relationship, the implication moments, and of course, the act. And what these SJW writers, especially the female ones, do to the Western media and all of the characters and franchises is essentially turning them into yaoi stories, where in the end nothing happens, where it's a bad slice of life. Even the slice of life is more interesting than that, and it's only about fetishizing the gay relationship.
Oh my god, that sounds familiar.
I have to ask real quick. They're not kids, right? I hope not.
Not Tim Drake. I don't. Honestly, I don't. All I remember is with Tim Drake being bisexual or gay, it makes Return of a Joker, the flashback scene, even funnier now.
Yeah. The thing is, I did notice that about the writing the writing changes in the West. Since I never read yaoi stuff, I didn't know that is how yaoi is written. So thanks to just some guy for pointing that thing out.
Cool.
That they essentially just when I call them all fetish writers, that is just fetishism. That proves it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because yaoi is a fetish genre. It's only that.
And it's all about what they can. It's either them jacking off to something they like, or them inserting themselves to something that they want to jack off about. And yeah, it's getting a bit boring, really.
All right, guys.
If you want to do that, just watch POV
the video.
Yeah, one more donation, and we'll get started. The video is about 19 minutes, so we'll take us a bit. I doubt we'll get halfway done because we didn't do that last time.
We'll get 5 parts.
Well, no, Turf Nation is not really. I mean, it's Turf Nation. We've done this before, so I will probably get fed up. At least I know I will. So anyway, here's Tyler Preston. Here we go. Speaking of Tim Drake, I'm surprised that the Alphabet people didn't claim that Tim was transgender. What? Because of that one time he disguised himself as a very convincing female nurse. So convincing that he was hit on by a guy also DC Comics. Okay.
Oh boy.
That is every cross-dressing joke anyway. Either you fail so hard that it's just ridiculously ugly, or this is what happens, and then it's just a joke. Just like the cloud strafing in Final Fantasy VII. It's a joke.
Oh, JoJo.
But the horrible fetishists, they will always say, that means he's trans.
Well,
because he had to disguise himself.
The thing about the Honeybee Inn in Final Fantasy VII was your gameplay choices determine whether or not Don Corneo is attracted to you or not, which is hilarious. I love that.
Yes, yeah. The choices are: does the disguise work or does it not work?
Exactly.
Basically.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I really like how the video says the critical drinker exposed.
What you expose is liver?
Yeah.
That's where we find all the toxins.
He's from Scotland. Probably the wind blew his kilt up and exposed him in front of people.
I like how he's drinking American whiskey. It's always a funny thing.
I always laugh about people go, how can you take that picture of him drinking? I'm just like, the cap's still on. It's just a pose. And people go, oh. I'm like, you fucking stupid.
Anyway, 19 minutes. Let's go.
We got a great super chat. We can finish that up.
Taker 610. Cloud Pulse is too easy. It should have been Barrett. Well, okay. The problem with a lot of anime or Japanese art for boys and girls, I wouldn't say they're all effeminate, but there's also an androgynous slant to everything. So the concept of the feminine is more exonerated than the masculine. So you'll see girls being super strong, even though they look just like normal girls. You'll see Cloud being not somewhat, he's buff, but he's not like strong enough to lift a 40-pound sword. So there's a few like, all right, we'll go with the magical fantasy super soldier stuff as far as it can go. But this happens all the time in anime and manga, so it's not a big deal. So especially when there's magic, so I'm okay with that. Anyway, 19 minutes. Let's get started.
Oh, am I in hot water today? So the Critical Drinker is quite a popular film reviewer here on YouTube, and he has made a name for himself for his drunken and comedic persona, his coverage of various topics within pop culture, and his total criticism of anything that he perceives as woke. Last time we talked about his video on fixing Rey, and I didn't think he was being very fair to her in that video, but that was it. My criticism did not go deeper than our disagreement on a fictional character. However, today we are going beyond just a disagreement, because I think the Critical Drinker is a problem. Anyone with any thought for themselves or who hasn't already fallen down the rabbit hole yet can tell that this man is a reactionary.
See? It's not that his opinions are problems or his ideas are problems, but the person is a problem. He's a reactionary, he's in the way. And as someone in the chat pointed out before, it was a very good summary, is reactionary is synonymous for counter-revolutionary, because the SJWs are revolutionaries for socialism. So everyone, that's why I said everyone who's against it or is in the way of it or even just questions it, and then every time you ask a socialist, well, how's that going to work? How is that supposed to work? Why is that good? They often don't have arguments because they never thought it through themselves, because it's faith-based. That can often be enough for them to call you a reactionary, meaning counter-revolutionary, because you do not blindly believe in the thing. That just asking the basic questions will make them hostile towards you, because they don't have the answers themselves. They only have it from their preachers that it's the good thing. Oh, why are the 10 Commandments good, Mr. Christian? The preacher told me to. Okay, but what is a good and bad one? Can they go overboard? They're good, of course. You have to follow them or you're evil. Okay. Which version of them? Like the Knights Washdown version that we do today, or the Leviticus version where the honor your parents is, if you're in violation of that, the whole village has to come in front of the village gate and the parents have to stone their children for disobedience? So what do we do? Which version do we use? Short of it is just he says the critical drinker is in the way of socialism, communism, and therefore needs to be removed.
Yes, by analyzing responses about movies or talking about movies. It's amazing. He's so
he's standing against the cultural revolution, the Maoist type, which is a cultural destruction. Because that is what you can interpret the whole thing that is going on with all the shit quality bullshit where we see all the same bullshit tropes up to 11 again and again with shitty writing, to the point where everyone's demoralized, where nobody wants to engage with the most amazing franchises of our civilization anymore, because they've just been ripped apart, just like recently He-Man. That was the newest thing on the chopping block. And everybody who criticizes that is, of course, a counter-revolutionary to the destruction of culture, because that is part of the Cultural Revolution.
I find it funny that he does a comical spin on laughing at bad film or whatever. And because it's entertaining and popular, people have to attack him because he's big. That's it.
That means he's influential. He's an influential counter-revolutionary.
Yeah, but they haven't.
He dares to make fun of the revolution.
Well, I think he's just making fun of movies, but I want to see the actual arguments that Turf Nation makes before we start.
Critical Drinker just makes fun of bad movies, but the revolutionary sees that as making fun of the revolution.
I know where Whisper's coming from with it. It's what we see is it just being a movie. They see as that's our propaganda that you're laughing at.
That's Disney. An extension of ourselves.
Exactly. And the propaganda is divine, and thus Critical Drinker is laughing at something divine. He's laughing at God. If you catch my reference to Name of the Rose.
All right.
No, I didn't. But
just wait till Turf Nation makes a response to Red Letter Media.
Yeah. And in socialism, humor must be outlawed. For if you laugh about anything, you might laugh about socialism at some point.
Oh no!
But I always laugh about socialism, and I always laugh about the dear leader.
Why don't socialists like jokes?
Because they are just one big massive joke.
Because then they'd have to point out
narcissists don't have a sense of humor. They only have sadism.
They'd have to point out the fallacy of being a social, anarchist or socialist anarchist, whatever the hell that is, or communist anarchist. Anarcho-communism, yeah. It's just this bizarre idea that's contradictory as soon as you say it. You're just like, what does that even mean? How does that work?
But they used it for so long that the juveniles will just gobble it up because they haven't thought about it yet. And the new shtick is, and I think Walsh counts himself as that for some reason, the bloody tanky, is what was it? Libertarian socialist? Liberal socialist?
Yeah, right.
That is the that is just as much a contradiction. That doesn't work. You can't be liberal and a socialist because socialism is inherently authoritarian and always will be. I'm an anarcho-authoritarian. that would be more honest. That would be the removing the newspeak and to do
all right. Well,
decoding the crap.
Let's try and get away from politics and focus on the video.
That will be impossible with this guy. Yeah. I promise you.
You're giving him too much credit. Honestly, it's just. He's stupid. Let's see where it goes.
Yeah.
A 2-hour feminist power fantasy for the blue-haired land whales of the world to feel vindicated as they go home to their empty, cat-infested apartments.
So many of his videos claim to be about something relevant to film analysis, but they end up being a means for him to rant about how the representation of women and people of color in big franchises are ruining the film industry. He sees the push for social and political freedom for all races, genders, and sexualities as an attack on him.
So you admit it's a push. You admit he's admitting it's a push. He's admitting it's deliberate.
Well, that's by his understanding of what the drinker is doing. I don't even think the drinker is doing
No, not but by what the drinker is doing, but that pushing all this tokenist crap into movies and other franchises, other media, that is a deliberate push. He's saying the silent part out loud, where they always say, "Oh, it's a conspiracy theory." That was
the whole point of Captain Marvel, even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course he gets the whole representation stuff. If you want to represent stuff, representation is in the end just tokenism. The way they do it. We had good stories before. If you want to have a strong female character, then write a film, write a movie for an actual, believable, strong female character. And Alien is the best example of that. Well, it's rather, the script was written in a neutral fashion, but then Sigourney Weaver happened to just be amazing in the casting. Yeah, she nailed it. And that's how it turned out to be a great character. And in the second movie, they expanded on her being a woman. That's why the child came into the story, the girl. But that all fits well together in that sense. And you get a strong female character that is still a woman, and not just some beefed up man. some she-man, like Tila, and black token girlfriend that looks like Amber. Well, yeah, and sexualities. How many are there according to him? Does he call all the fetishes as sexualities too?
Probably.
This is
Is foot fetish a sexuality?
The fetishes have flags now. Did you know?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So wait a second.
Yeah,
so if I walk around with a pair,
they started making their own flags now.
If I have a flag of a woman or just a pair of tits and ass, and I just wave it around, what does that do? Like,
that might get you locked up for public indecency. No, you get locked up for public indecency. The rainbow parades get venerated.
I guess if I go downtown and I'm looking for Italian food, I'll just have like the Italian flag with like a plate of pasta on top of it, and just like
I honestly
That's
God,
racist.
For some reason, thought you were just going to say I'd have the Italian flag with a penis on it, and I don't know why that would get you Italian food, but my brain's going. So.
That shows what your mind's on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's tons of good, strong female characters. Kusanagi is amazing, but you hate her because she looks good. Samus Aran, you hate her because she looks good.
It's like when everyone goes nowadays, strong female characters, and you know we're going to say, right, Captain Marvel, and
they only accept strong female
generic woman who I don't know the name of. And you're like, right, okay.
Yeah, they only accept strong female characters when they are flat-chested, look like men, and are sadists and psychopaths.
Yeah.
And that's the characters they can identify with. And that should tell us everything about these people.
Okay, here's Alex Halo. Hey, Alex, how's it going, my weeby friend? They try to force a flag on weebs, and weebs mock it. I've never heard of that. I don't know what this is.
That's funny. Wow.
What's the weeb flag look like? First off, I want to see it because I don't know.
Oh, is this? Are they going?
The red dot.
Are they? Is this the same thing they try to do with the gamers? Like claiming that gamers are one coherent, monolithic, one opinion kind of group. And now doing this with weeps.
Well,
that's why they put a flag on it.
I do like how when Gamergate started up, there was the artist from 4chan who created Vivian, I think, and she was the mascot, just laughing at all the stupid posts by the SJWs about how bad Gamergate is, and she's just been there since the beginning. So I could see the community responding to that in a sort of mocking sort of manner by creating.
The way what Alex is saying is that not the weeps are giving themselves a flag, but that the SJWs are trying to push one on the weeps, which is part of the divide and conquer strategy that they go.
Well, even then, I would say we have other the Kyrgyzstan flags and colors and Pepe and
but Kyrgyzstan is an actual satire.
Yes, it's the same idea.
That's not meant to be taken serious. When you take that serious, you are the idiot.
Oh, that's the same thing with Vivian. I mean, that's the same idea. There's a mascot who's just laughing at all this crap because there's nothing else you can do. It's laughed at these weirdos that think this is a movement of some kind. It's just like it's just people laughing at you.
Yeah, but Vivian James is also the representation of the actual archetypal gamer girl. Like, she's not ugly, she just likes to play video games, and she's not interested in anything else. She's just addicted to video games and really good at it.
God, what a bitch.
So compared to SJWs and game journalists, she actually knows her shit. That's the point.
Anyway, let's keep going. Taker610, Drinker radicalized me into the Toxic Brood. Really? I had no idea he did that because I don't think of him when I think of the Toxic Brood. I do know he's talked to and gone on podcasts with various fellows throughout the years. So he's friendly with them all. So I don't see why he wouldn't. But he
You
makes
know the
fun
best thing about
I think Drinker's been a lot on EFAB before he built his own channel.
Yeah, but the thing is, the thing about the Drinker is you have to remember that the Critical Drinker is an actual author who's made a lot of books that have made a lot of money. So he doesn't really need to be a YouTuber. So
yeah,
it's kind of funny that these people are going after him as the Critical Drinker, and it's a bit like, it's just a character on
because
the
they
internet.
don't know.
Yeah, because they're thick as shit. That's why.
Good luck.
But it's one of those things where it's just a bit like, just ridiculous.
Okay,
I said the line.
We're 1 minute in. Let's get to a point, I hope.
Him and his passion for film, and even the slightest hint of covering these issues in franchises like Star Wars and Marvel makes this man squeal in terror, for the SJWs are coming to get him. Listen, even if you don't care about social issues, which would be kinda iffy, but let's...
SJWs don't care about social issues. You only exploit them. And when some social system works, you claim that you had the idea and you made it, which is a lie every single time. That is the case since workers' rights.
Exactly.
But that being said, the Drinker is not squealing while because you think that loving film, loving movies, at least you seem to imply that, means that you have to blindly love everything, adore everything. Oh, it's a movie. I have to love it because it's a movie. No. If you love something, you are able to criticize it. Otherwise, you're just infatuated. You know, these first, 2 weeks, 2 months, in a new relationship with your new hottie, where that is infatuation. That's just your hormones raging. And that's when you love absolutely everything about your new partner. And once that hormone cocktail dies down, which is at the latest after 2 months, you start to see the real person again, or maybe for the first time, and you see all those little issues, and you don't love all the little quirks anymore, but you actually are annoyed by them. It's an evolutionary process, because by evolution, if we're just still the cave-dwelling idiots that we were a couple million years ago, during the infatuation time, you get the humpy dance on, make a baby, and then you have a pregnant girlfriend, which means you stay together because child. So the infatuation time has served its purpose. That's not what. And after that, you can build on some actual relationship, love stuff. The thing with an abusive relationship, with a narcissist, borderline, a psychopath, is that they are able, through their manipulative behaviors, to extend this infatuation time to up to 2 years. And then that's why you're stuck in this time where you simply cannot see through how horrible this person is actually treating you or others, and you will make blind excuses all the time. And it often seems to me that with these cults, whether religious or political, and all these movements, that it is this kind of abusive relationship where you are so infatuated with the idea that you are unable to criticize the thing. And the thing with Drinker, for example, as a critic, an actual critic, not someone who names his pseudoscience nonsense critical theory when there's actually nothing critical about it. When you are a fan of something, you want it to be good. When you're a good fan. Fan comes from fanatic. The dumb fan will be infatuated and just buy new product. The good fan who cares for the brand, the franchise, the world, whatever it is we're talking about, will criticize the thing because he wants it to be good, because he holds it to a higher standard, or a standard it has set at some point where he fell in love with it. Not into infatuation, but in love. For example, I am to this day in love with the Super Nintendo game Secret of Mana. Sadly, almost every other game in the series is, to a noteworthy degree, shit. Exceptions apply, but there are very few. Most of the Secret of the Mana games are shit. And that saddens me, that hurts me, that pains me. And there won't be another one, really. Because the original developers, they're all over the place. If you want one that feels like it, but isn't a Mana game, you have to play Ever Oasis, one of the last games released for the 3DS. Which was made by some of the original creators. So when you love a thing, you are able to criticize it. It's like a friendship. Whom but your best friend can you trust about critique about you? When you are real friends, you're not soft to each other. You will tell if you care about your best friend. You will tell your best friend when he's an asshole, when he does something incredibly dumb, when he's running towards a cliff. You will tell him that. If you're just some narcissistic wimp, you will think, oh, I could tell my best friend that he's running towards a cliff, but that would hurt his feelings because I'd be telling him that he's wrong about something and stupid about something. And then you let him run towards the cliff and he's dead.
Well, that's friendships now. You're supposed to just accept everything, even their flaws.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I just say if I saw my friend run through a cliff, I'd be like, do a flip. But if that's just me, so
I'd be like, hold on, let me get my camera.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing with
get the camera.
Yeah, but those shitty friends are also the ones who will abandon you when you're in real trouble. Because they're not real friends. A real friend will have your back when you have to go through hell, and he won't even ask for how long, how deep into hell do we have to go. Your best friend, a real friend, will just say, "Okay, I'm there." And that is the same type of friend who will tell you when you are absolutely retarded for a moment. Because he cares about you. And the SJWs will never do that.
Yeah, I know what you're getting at. I'm just thinking of like, Wish, I'm your friend. I will always tell you how deep to go. I'm like,
I know. I did an innuendo again without noticing it. I fucking hate it.
Why are you so gay?
Just the thing is,
why am I so gay? Why are you not so gay?
Yeah, but the thing is, real friends can accept that from each other and not lose their friendship over calling each other idiots.
Yeah,
because they know that it's not meant to in violence. And if anyone tells you that you're an idiot in a certain situation, whom are you gonna trust saying that? Some random stranger? Your enemy? Your abuser?
Well, that's usually.
I think they won't tell you that when it's actually the case. Yeah. They will tell you at any time they can hurt you.
That's usually when these guys attack myself or others. I'm like, we're doing something right. If we keep angering them for no reason just by saying stuff which we think is true, and they're pissed off, or they call us X, Y, Z, we're like, oh, we're on the right. We've got truth in the end of the tunnel somewhere. We're going in the right direction. So I tend to use that as a guidepost. Anyway, let's keep going here. Alex Halo, thank you again for the 2. The Weebs said it sucked. Okay, so that's the flag that the SJWs gave them. The Pantsuit flag was better. Okay. I don't know exactly what flag that is, but I'm trying to think of like
that is
the Shimonetta anime that might have done something along those lines. So
flag with panties on it. I can imagine that being a weeb flag. Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the girl running around naked with the panties on her face. That's what I remember. So
I just want it to be like a white flag with the words "uwu" just written repeatedly all over it. But okay, I guess
There's lots of funny things that Japan comes out with, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's like 30 versions of that already.
I just put Excel on it.
Anyway, let's go.
Just say you dare. The least you can do is just not say anything about it. But that's the thing. The
least you could do is nothing. Thanks.
Yeah, that works both ways,
no,
buddy.
he's going the Marv Simpson route of if you can't say something nice about someone, you should just say nothing.
So here's a simple question. Hey, Turf Nation, why did you make this video if the least you could do is nothing?
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. Why are you saying mean things about Critical Drinker? That's really mean of you.
Yeah, shut up, Turf Nation. Why you gotta
should just leave him alone. And leave everything about society alone that pisses you off. Because that's just mean when you say negative things.
Definition, why just leave society in general? You just do completely nothing. Stop doing anything.
Yeah, go somewhere, buy some land with your e-bagging money. Yeah, buy some property. and start a socialist commune. Live the dream. Live the dream.
Start a nothing commune. Just start a nothing commune.
Go live the dream.
We need food.
We need food. Just do nothing. Oh, we need water. Just do nothing. We need shelter.
Oh,
just do
hell,
nothing.
magic punch.
What you all forget all the time, when these people set up their communes somewhere, they're usually not connected to the sewer system. And that is some shitty work.
I just like the fact that all these people who set a commune go, right, so who's going to do all the food? And everyone goes, I just thought we'd all be artists.
Yeah.
we're all going to starve.
I thought I just designed the uniforms for the new revolutionary army.
So what can you do for the commune? I can write poetry. I guess I'm the first person in our gulag.
Okay.
When the people who crash in the Andes, have a better food source than communist communes, there's something wrong. Less people starved.
What happened there? What happened there?
The Andes in the 1980s. Was it the Andes? It's the Andes in South America, isn't it?
Yeah.
A plane full of people crashed in the Andes, and they had to eat other humans to survive.
I expected cannibalism, but you implied something better.
Oh no! They just ate each other, but at least they still were smart enough to eat each other and survive. Whereas the communist communes just starve.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
at least that's still a better. Yeah, they still had a better food.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that because the Maoist China had exactly that happen. After they had the great idea to kill all the sparrows, and then the locusts ate the harvest, and the people started to eat each other. And Mao said, "It's okay if they die because with the cannibalism they've proven that they're decrepit people anyway."
Wisp, that's not real communism. So you can't use Mao as an example.
All right, here is Epima. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I could be wrong. Thank you for the $3.57. Is that pocket change? I don't know, but thank you. Just loading one in the chamber for when this shit makes me shoot myself.
Make sure it's a blank.
Yep.
Make sure it's a blank and filled with cheese. Yeah.
Yeah.
A blank and filled with cheese.
This guy isn't worth it, really.
No. There are better things to kill yourself over.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
I can't name them, but
and his opinion on social issues is very obvious. I believe that the critical drinker is toxic, and today I'll be showing you why I believe this to be the case. Naturally,
I think socialism is toxic because you keep talking about equity, but you don't know what it means, because equity is anti-equality. It doesn't create equality, it destroys it. It makes it impossible, and it makes it impossible for anyone to excel at whatever they're really good at. It destroys individuality. Socialism is opposed to individuality. It is opposed to human rights. So don't come at me with social issues. You are a control freak, a totalitarian, because you think you can tell everyone in society what they can and can't do. And as we're seeing right now, in the US, there are more and more of these Puritan ideas coming up that we saw from the Christians, where they're now bringing up these weather balloon articles about alcohol is actually only bad. There's absolutely nothing good about alcohol. Why haven't we outlawed it yet? That shit is coming up again. It's coming from your side.
Hold on, in America, why haven't we outlawed it yet?
They have.
For the Prohibition era.
Yeah, it was 5 years of the most insane crime ever.
It wasn't 5 years, man. It was a lot longer than 5 years. And it was the bloodiest time in American non-war history.
Yeah, and a lot of really rich families came out of it, and among them, I think, was Cuomo's family that ran New York for a while.
Yeah.
The great Democrat leader. So
hooray!
I don't know why you want to get rid of that. Many Democrats built their empires on it.
Here's some more politics from another part of the world. From Taker 610, Scotland's going insane. Can you blame Drinker? Is Scotland current day going insane? I have no idea.
Yes.
One
One of the latest things they did was introduce that schools and kindergartens, without the knowledge of the parents, will allow sex and name changes of children.
Whoa. That's okay.
No, it's not okay.
That's period okay?
I have gender dysphoria. I had that kind of shitty childhood. I am saying it's not okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think our response
should have some weight.
Mm-hmm. I also like the fact that Smud asked the question and the British guy just kept quiet and the German just came straight in with, Scotland's insane. I was like, I'm not saying anything. Scotland's always been bad. I watched Braveheart, I know about Scotland.
And I have I don't know, is it Iranians, Pakistanis? I don't know. A lot of them in the Scottish Parliament, and ranting about there are white people in this position and in this ministry and in this position and in this position.
Yusuf, what's his name? I just know him as Mr. Racist. Because he hates white people, and he's made it quite obvious in speeches that he hates white people. Yeah. And he's like the head of
if there's something that is actual hate speech, that is it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
he's nuts.
Yeah, for I don't know, 10 minutes he listed government positions, and then he was saying white. Government position, white. Government position, white. And he did that for minutes.
Man on the street, white.
Yeah, like that is. You are in Scotland, for fuck's sake. It's full of Scots. What the fuck do you expect? Do you expect them to go to Pakistan, be in the parliament, and say that government position, Paki. That government position, Paki. That government position, Paki. See how racist that? So racist. Pakistan is dominated by Pakistanis. That is outrageous. That is unbearable. Like, do you think what do you think the Pakistanis would do to me?
Yeah,
they would listen. They would hug you.
The thing is, you go to Scotland. All it is gingers, alcohol, kilts, and fighting. There's nothing else up there. A couple of sheep.
You know they're not fighting in the right direction. Seriously.
No, but they're like one of their favorite pastimes is
where are fucking two-handed swords?
What? Where are they? I don't know. Until they film Braveheart 2, I think they just keep them in a cellar. Did they get all
confiscated in the whole knife thing where they took away your spoons as well?
I I don't know what we do in Scotland. I keep away from Scotland. I try and stay as far away as possible from Scotland. It's full of Scots. I just don't deal with it. I went to Edinburgh once. Never again.
There's so much amazing stuff about Scotland and about the Scottish archetype, stereotype. That it's just great. If you have that kind of stereotype about your country, I'd honestly be proud if the German stereotype would be the Scottish stereotype of some angry bearded man in a kilt with a bagpipe, a giant two-handed sword. Your national flower is the fizzle with which you can stab out someone's eye, and your national animal is the fucking unicorn. You're known for cursing all the fucking time in every sentence about everything.
So guys,
then you look at the Scottish Parliament and it's all just pussies.
So we have this German telling how great it is to be Scottish. Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I love Scottish culture, but then you look at the fucking politics and then National Socialist Party. Oh, I'm sorry, Socialist National Party. Same fucking thing. And it's just a bunch of socialist pussies. Like the last thing I would associate with Scotland and Scotsmen and Scotswomen, if that's a word, is socialism.
No such thing as Scotch women. They're just beardless men.
What I would associate with Scotland is clans pride or something. Like that you still take some umbrage in the history of your whole thing. Like all these kilt patterns, they're all associated with a specific clan, specific family. They all have their own histories, and it's really cool stuff. But instead you get socialism and some people who want to destroy your culture, and it's a very rich and amazing culture. I think it's one of the greatest Celtic cultures that have been.
I feel that Wisp really loves Scottish culture because, unlike German culture, they're actually Scottish and not all based around an Austrian.
Well, I'm also happy that they embrace the bagpipes as an instrument.
I'm not.
It's because all you know is the boring anthem that you hear all the time, which is the only song you know of coming out of bagpipes. We have a dozen different bagpipe types in Germany. The shepherd's pipe, for example, and the
I can't think of anything worse.
Well,
Wisp, I honestly, God, whoever invented the bagpipes, if I could go back in time, I'd kill them.
You'd have to kill several people because it was invented several times at this over.
Well, even in Canada,
bagpipes are the worst.
I do admit
worst musical instrument.
I do admit during the 2000s we had an influx in medieval folk bands in Germany that had a bagpipe renaissance, and at some point it got so bad that we got oversaturated with bagpipes in bands. That in the metal and medieval scene an anti-bagpipe movement did start, and that with signs at music festivals with a crossed-out bagpipe, and that did tone it down again because some bands even got fed up with bagpipes. Well, we still have them, but it's more moderate now.
Well, even in Canada, due to the influence of being a colony of Great Britain, we've had bagpipe culture or bagpipe music played whenever there's regalia regarding anything Canadian related. Even when I was going to work on Queen Street back in the day, there was just one guy every morning at the corner would be playing Scotland the Brave for an hour. It was just constant. And he loved it. People seem to like it, but it's every morning. So it could drive you nuts, but that's any instrument really. So I can't.
Yeah, but the thing is, worse than rap, though.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. No. Yes. Like the worst day I ever had. I remember I was walking to work one, and I was in town, and there was a guy playing the bagpipes, and it was like destroy my ears. So
they're usually those people are usually very off key.
Oh yeah,
I will torture you with an amazing band later on.
You can be off key.
Yeah, you can be off key with bagpipes. You can play them right. It's possible. It takes training, but you can do that.
But the worst thing about it, I escaped the bagpipes and bumped into a bunch of Morris dancers, and I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" It was honestly, but I just went. I was just the two things I hate most in the world is like the bagpipes and Morris dancers, and I literally trying to escape these two. I was like, "Oh, this is the same day." Wow.
Well,
okay, I'll later torture you with a band that really pulled off the bagpipes really well at the height of it, and they're doing it right, and it sounds much different than what you used from the Scots.
Let's just say if you ever date a Highland dancer, you will come to love Morris dancing just as much. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
The clanging of bells and the knocking of woods, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm out of here. I just no.
Anyway, we got a donation to Super Chat, and we'll get back to the video. Adam Wolford, hey, thank you. Be like them, saying, why is there only Japanese people in all positions of power? Why isn't there people of color? Where is all the black people here in Japan? Remember, they said same thing about Chernobyl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
About Chernobyl?
Yeah. Why? Yeah, the show Chernobyl. Why was it only white people? It's like,
oh god. But in Japan, the critical race theory bullshit, they are trying to start that. It's just half a dozen people at this point. But if Japan isn't going to root them out right now, they're gonna have a big problem in 10 to 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that's how it starts. It starts with just half a dozen people.
Anyway, here is Taker610 for the donation. Thanks for the 2. Hawk, do you know much about Scottish accents? If you had to guess, where in Scotland would Drinker be from based on his accent?
Drinker's accent isn't his real accent. But I think he's from...
It's different, right?
Yeah.
You can hear him speak normally on his second channel.
Yeah. Where would he be from? For some reason, I don't know why, but I have Dundee in my head. And I don't know why Dundee.
Dundee?
And they're not. Yeah.
The
Dundee.
crocodile?
Oh, okay.
No, it's a. I think it's a. Is it a city or is it a town? Yeah, but the Dundee is spelled exactly the same, by the way. But it is actually a place in Scotland.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But for some reason, I have a feeling it's there because he's not from. I know he's. I don't know. Does he live in Dundee with his wife and kids? I don't know. I know he's not from the main cities. I know he's not from the main like Glasgow or Edinburgh.
I'm relieved to hear he has kids. That would have been a waste otherwise.
Yeah.
All right, let's get.
I don't know why I know this much, but I only know that much because I actually know Critical Drinker's real name. So.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's not that difficult to know his real name.
Yeah, buy one of his books. It's right there.
Buy one of his books. It's right on the front of the.
What? They're not named Critical Drinker?
Yeah, I am a drunken bastard.
Surprisingly, the books he writes aren't anything to do about drinking.
Wait, so you're telling me the guy that writes the books and the YouTuber are the same person?
Have you ever seen them in the same room? Huh?
Yes,
huh?
I have actually seen them in the same. Yeah, I've seen them in the same room. Yeah, because of the same person.
All right, guys.
Wow.
Let's get back to the video.
Can't cover every single thing he said. I wish I could, but that's just not plausible. Instead, if
you actually can.
Go down into his content, then let me know down below. But anyway,
we do 12-hour streams. Of course you can.
Today is one he made a couple months ago called Marvel Phase 4. Who cares? And just from the thumbnail alone, you can see why I have a problem with it. Listen, this.
Why do you have a problem with that? Because those are just
because boob size
women.
reduced Scarlett Johansson is on it.
It's almost like, look at all these characters that are going to be in Phase 4. Yeah, these are the characters that they talk about making movies about.
They want to do a female only Avengers movie. That's the plan.
Yeah,
nobody's going to watch that, except the weird borderline girls. And the thing is, if you had a superhero movie with only females during the good times, people would watch the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But today, when you hear only female superheroes, you think that will be written like shit, they will look like shit, and will be unbearable to watch.
Yeah, we're just gonna bash on men, and men are supposed to accept it and pay for that shit. No.
Yeah, you know, I rather watch Kill la Kill. Also, only female protagonists,
Mm-hmm.
and it's amazing.
It's just funny that he's going like, look at Critical Drink using these pictures of, like, you know, these characters that'll be in Phase 4. When you're talking about Phase 4, it's like, okay,
that's what they're doing. He's actually addressing what they're doing. Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, let's get to the actual points. So he's just talking about the thumbnail. Let's keep going. Here's Taker 610. Although it could be a pen name as well, I don't think you'd want to have a pen name called the Critical Drinker. That's kind of weird. You would use an actual sounding name.
What would you use?
Just any pseudonym is fine. Doesn't really matter. Just a normal sounding name.
like boy.
No, you'd have like Bob De Beers or something. I don't know, something simple.
Wait, what?
Bob De Beers.
Bob De Beers.
Alan
yes,
Smithy.
Alex, I read you.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's what mine. That's what mine would be. Alan Smithy.
Okay, let's go.
Listen, this
video
idea
joke,
by itself has merit, because it's okay to be nervous for Phase 4 or just indifferent to it. I have my own doubts about whether or not the MCU will be able to live up to the sheer quality of the Infinity Saga, or whether these movies will become exhausting or outdated in a couple of years.
Do you really?
Personally, the first 3 miniseries we've gotten so far give me hope, but that's just me, and I know
really
people didn't like them. It's completely alright to not care about Phase 4, and to make a video explaining why you feel burned out from MCU content.
It's not burnout. It's not burnout. You people always come up with this bullshit about burnout. And that's what you came up with to justify the Solo movie of the Star Wars one-shot movies. The excuse was always, oh, people are burnt out by Star Wars. They're oversaturated with Star Wars content. Then came out Mandalorian, and as flawed as the writing was, people loved it because it was closer to actual Star Wars. People are not exhausted, not oversaturated. They're just pissed off by your bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, people are burnt out of shitty movies. They're not burnt out of good movies. The fuck?
Yeah. People don't go to the movies to just watch 2 hours of propaganda with a thinly veiled CGI over it to make it.
Yeah. Then the thing is, I haven't seen it yet. I've heard the new Suicide Squad movie, the new one directed by James Gunn,
the
Suicide Squad. Is supposed to be an okay movie, but people aren't watching it because they don't expect it to be. Which is what I can understand, because most of the DC movies are shit. And then you have all the propaganda that's seeping into them as well, as we know from the Harley Quinn movies, the last few. The what was it?
Birds of Prey.
Yeah, I forgot the name. Birds of Prey. Like that was a shitty propaganda movie.
Yep.
And so they don't expect a movie with that character in it to be good. And that is how the good movies now suffer. From the oversaturation with the bullshit. So even when Shang-Chi is coming out, or however you pronounce that, maybe it's an okay movie. I don't know. But it will probably not make a good first week, even if it is. And then maybe it becomes a word-of-mouth movie over time. But it won't have the first week impact, because And what we've heard of the second Doctor Strange movie, I wanted to see more of the character in the MCU, because I thought he gives an interesting twist and perspective on it all, and I love the mage type.
Well, from what
it'll be shit.
The original argument was that the concept of burnout, or just constantly getting the same experience over and over again in media, is, I always argue that's kind of strange, because every book, every story, every movie is going to have something unique to itself, or else it wouldn't be made. So unless we're talking about having a dinner or something you're consuming where your mouth is becoming saturated with a certain spice or flavor, you can't say the same of an entire movie world. And unless all the stories from Marvel coming out are all big epic set pieces where there's big epic explosions and big epic enemies and villains and this and that, there's still going to be something different about that. And I think the problem is not so much that, but we're getting tired of mediocre to bad stories, which
or badly told ones. And what we're not
hold on.
Yeah, go on.
What we're getting is we're getting bad to mediocre stories that lecture us. That's the problem. That's what's making people annoyed with it. It's the fact that nothing that's been written is groundbreaking or new or interesting, but they're lecturing us.
It's just fetish. It's
all
just
that sort of stuff. Yes, so,
it's tokenization, fetishist propaganda.
Yeah,
the lecturing is in the word propaganda.
Well, and with some of the Marvel characters, it's always been sort of like a decline. You know, Ant-Man is not as interesting as like he was in the comics. We took away all of the interesting elements in Spider-Man, so he's not as interesting. So who cares for the third movie?
Yeah, that's
what are the characters? Oh, the Iron Man, Captain America. Well, they're out. We've made Falcon uninteresting.
We made not just uninteresting, we made him repulsive.
Yeah, you've made him unlikable.
That's not a hero. Falcon is not a hero. He's a prick.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, like you say, Bucky's not interesting. You're just a bit like, okay.
He could have been.
And he could have been. And then these opportunities that they could take, they could they want to throw that away. Even Loki, they want to throw that away.
Okay. With Bucky,
maybe, but
I would have instead of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I would have made the just his psychological recovery in a short series where he's vacating in Wakanda and doing all the psychological healing shit. You can do that and have him have little adventures or some crap. I don't know. That would have been more interesting. And they could have done that. They could have indulged in their Wakanda crap.
But Wish, you have to say white man bad, America bad.
Yeah, you can do that in Wakanda.
But the thing is, that's the story all the time.
Yeah, and that's why it's socialist propaganda, because it is negative nationalism. Negative nationalism exists to destroy the country you are in, to prep it, to make it mellow enough so that the actual revolution can happen for the socialist takeover. That's why socialists do this in every country they are in that is not under a socialist regime. So you have this in every country in Europe. You have the advertisements and in state TV, you have the negative nationalism everywhere. The advertisements that tell you that you don't have a culture, everyone else has a culture, yours is just an amalgamation and imported and stolen. You don't have one yourself, and that's why you should feel bad and you should just embrace European culture, which isn't a thing. It's an artificial thing like Soviet culture, because socialists try to erode culture. This is the Cultural Revolution I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to get at the beginning of this was that him claiming that we're tired of these stories is him claiming that we are tired of the monomyth. And humanity will never be tired of the monomyth. But we get tired of badly told stories. And the SJW stories are not the monomyth on top of that. If you tell something outside the monomyth, it has to be really interesting. Like Joker. Joker is not a monomyth story, or not really. It's a tragedy. But it's a well-written one. And that's why the movie grossed so well.
As opposed to The Last Jedi, where it's just a bad tragedy.
Yeah, because that wasn't the monomyth. The Last Jedi wasn't the monomyth.
No, I just mean.
And I think Empire Strikes Back was not really evil, but it was a part of it, at least. Because with Empire Strikes Back, they had a third movie, they had Return of the Jedi in mind already, so they don't have to go through the whole story in one go, like they did in the first Star Wars movie, where they didn't even expect to make another. But with the Marvel movies, I'm sorry, they're shit. Especially past Infinity War.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's get back to the video.
Is not. However, your thumbnail tells us viewers that you're making this video for the wrong reasons. The possible problems with the future of the MCU is not the fact that there are more female characters now. That's actually a really fucking good thing.
No, you're an idiot. You deliberately misunderstand everything. You, like all your other SJWs, deliberately misunderstand the critique. Because you cannot deal with the actual critique. Nobody has a problem with female characters being female characters. That is not the problem. Get that into your thick bonehead that lacks a brain.
He's not going to do that.
Yeah, because it's just bone and no brain.
He is projecting over a thumbnail what he thinks it means, which is bizarre.
Yeah, but they all make this argument.
It's not he say about... earlier he doesn't care about his points.
Yeah, it's not about female characters. It's about badly written characters. And what we always see is female characters drift hard towards Mary Soones, which makes them automatically written bad. Then you can't write a good story already. And the male characters are either evil, incompetent, or bloody, or just simple fools.
Well, they
and we have that again with the. Yeah, again we had that with the Black Widow movie. Same thing again.
Yeah, they made Taskmaster into a woman, and she's not evil. It's like, what?
Yeah, because every powerful character has to be made a woman, and every woman has to be not evil. We have to sympathize with all female characters, so all the evil, the supervillains that are turned into women have to be understood that they're not actually evil. That is...
My name wasn't... Wisp, what is it? My name wasn't always evil.
Oh, God.
That's an actual line. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a line in He-Man. About in Universe Revolution.
He-Man being cheesy is alright, but that is just bad.
Who was that said it? Was it Mark Hamill or?
What? No.
Mark Hamill was the voice actor for Joker in this.
No, I mean, which character said that in He-Man?
Evil Lynn.
Skeletor, sorry.
Evil Lynn.
Evil Lynn said her name wasn't always evil.
Evil.
Yeah.
It was actually Gareth or something. I don't know. It's something different.
All right. Here's
Gareth Lynn.
Here's Vladimir Dragunov. Thoughts on the Suicide Squad? I haven't seen anything aside from the trailers. The trailers look good, but I couldn't tell you. I haven't watched it. So
I think I said my piece on it.
It doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me, but I might just, if someone goes, asks me to go with them to watch it, I'll do it. But I'm not going
Just make
out
sure,
my way.
just make sure you're drinking. It's a fun time, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's true. But it's one of those where I'm not interested, and also I can't stand Margot Robbie as an actress anymore, and I hate her. And I hate her Harley Quinn. I honestly cannot stand her Harley Quinn.
I just don't like Harley Quinn, honestly. But yeah.
Yeah, I hate Harley Quinn now as a character. I absolutely despise her.
The Margot Robbie version is not Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Margot Robbie's version is just Margot Robbie being a slut for 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's just powerful slapstick woman. She doesn't come across as... Honestly, she doesn't come across as intelligent.
Well, not a PhD, so no. Yeah.
She had a... That's what's weird about it. You forget that she was like, what was she, a nurse?
She's supposed to be not a nurse. She's a psychologist. She was the psychologist for Joker, in the psychotherapist for Joker in Arkham Asylum, and fell in love with him.
Oh.
Madly.
See, I can understand her falling in love with any other Joker apart from Jared Leto's Joker, because there is no way that anyone found that attractive. That is just...
That is actually cringe.
Maybe he was attractive, and then Batman beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
No. There's a flashback in Suicide Squad that
I know.
And it's fucking hilarious how people make up. And it's like there's a flashback that disproves it.
I know, it was funny.
If you want to find out what the Harley Quinn character should actually be like, watch the old 90s Batman the Animated Series, the cartoon. Because she was invented for that.
Mm-hmm.
And there you get the original thing and why people like the character.
Watch Mad Love. That's a great story to watch with Harley Quinn. But the Suicide Squad, it's just the fact that I as much as I want to see, as much as I'd like it to work and all that, I just DCEU and everything DC, apart from the Batman, that looked a bit interesting.
Just a couple of days ago, I finally watched Shazam, and I must say I am positively surprised by it. It's a nice popcorn movie, and it does most things right. It has a few flaws, but you can, I'd say you can skip over them, especially since this is not the Space Wizards argument, but it's a child movie. So one of the few problems I'd say is that it's really great that the first half is just Shazam figuring out his powers. And so it's basically his training mode, his montage. Is the first half of the movie. And in the final fight, when he gets his teammates, they just instantly know how to perfectly utilize their powers. That's one of the few critiques I have, but that's a minor thing, because it's you're at the climax of it.
Oh, that's okay, because they're white, you know. You can critique the white guy.
What are you talking about?
What? Nothing, Wes. Don't worry about it.
All right, here's Taker 610. I think Will Jordan is a pen name to clarify. Okay, that's fine. Again, not important whose people's names are, so long as their content is great. We'll call them whatever we like.
Oh yeah, but I do know his real name, so it's fine. So I don't know why.
Back to the video.
You can tell me stuff. It's fine. I'm still not going to tell anybody.
Now plenty of good male characters and plenty of good female characters, but by putting 5 women in your thumbnail, it shows that
Marvel
you
is not a good female character.
So it doesn't help your
the Wakanda girl is not a good
5
female character.
Are dead going into phase 4. So this thumbnail really just doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, Gamora's still alive. There's
Gamora's still alive.
I mean, the past.
Yeah, but also Black Widow's dead, but they made a movie in phase 4 about it.
They made a prequel movie. What's the correct amount of women you should put in your thumbnail? What does that look like?
Also, who else are the other people who are dead?
I don't know. I can't even remember.
Either way, this guy is being offended by a thumbnail and what he thinks it means before even hearing
what
the critical drinker is going to say.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, I'm a fan of it. So many of these characters in this thumbnail are actually dead, and it's like, what are you on? Yeah, Black Widow's dead, but they made a prequel movie. What the fuck are you on about?
I don't know.
Yeah,
and
and people don't dislike most of the characters you just showed. Gamora is a beloved character. She's awesome. I think the acting is awesome. The writing for her was great. Mantis is an amazing, lovable character.
Is Mantis dead?
No.
She's not dead?
No,
but she's not.
I'm not talking about dead characters. I'm just talking about there's a bunch of female characters because he makes this people have a problem because the characters are female. Nobody complains about that. These are great characters. I lost track. You have Gamora, you have Mantis. Nova's a great female character. Like, she comes across as evil most of the times, but even she comes around because she actually still cares about her sister as much as she despises her. A Nebula?
Yeah,
Nebula.
Okay. The blue chick, right?
Yeah. For some reason, I had Nova in my head.
Okay, got
my bad. And yeah, but if you then get Captain Marvel, that's a shitty character. Nobody likes her because she's shitty. She has a shitty personality. She's a psychopath. She's sadistic. She's overpowered. Everybody loves her for no reason. She's a Mary Sue. That's despicable. Right. Nobody likes a Mary Sue but other psychopaths.
Anyway, I see nothing wrong with Critical Drinker putting women on his thumbnail. Whoop-de-doo. Let's continue.
Yeah.
But anyway, I have an open mind, and I gave you the benefit of the doubt.
Sure you did.
To be honest, parts of your video aren't even that bad. I mean, for most of the video, you're talking about things like how the Eternals and Shang-Chi look uninteresting, and how Spider-Man is just not doing it for you in the MCU. And while I may not always agree, it's still your opinion.
Because it's not a real Spider-Man.
We're all allowed to have our own opinions, especially about subjective things like movies. And me not agreeing with you doesn't mean you're
movies
wrong.
are not purely
there are
subjective.
Things I agree with you on, like how Black Widow came out way too late and how the Marvel formula is predictable. However, the problem I have with this video is that you so often put the blame of bad MCU movies on women or other social issues that they try to incorporate into their movies.
Put it on women.
Let's just wait till he gets to that point. I want him to quote him.
Yeah.
He's just making
I want him to quote him. I want him to show the information.
You can wait for all the video. He's not going to quote anything.
Oh, absolutely.
Also, guys, I just want to point out that, the 5 women here, only Black Widow's dead, by the way. So his point about that was bullshit. But I don't remember making that.
Yeah, and here's another difference. Drinker is making a deliberate, exaggerated, comedic persona. This guy, I do not believe for a second that he, in his normal life, speaks like this. He talks like this to sound more sophisticated and special.
That's the point of
that is what pisses me off.
That's the point of channels like this. Even with Dunkey, it's tongue in cheek. It's supposed to make you laugh. And the things he talks about,
he isn't.
Well,
he's not funny.
The things he talks, not
Turf
Nation. The things that Critical Drinker talks about are true, and he exaggerates this or that to make him more funny. That's all he's doing. All comedians do on YouTube when they make reviews of this nature. And that's fine. Mm-hmm. It's the actual points which could have some effective merit on whatever he's trying to address. And we've got so far is that because women bad, and you're like, where did he say that? When did he say that? In what context?
Show us the clips,
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Until then, I will call you a fucking liar. A slanderous liar.
All right.
This is slander.
That's always the thing. They accuse these people, and you'd think it'd be so easy just to convey that information. Like, here's the proof of that. Nope. Nowhere to be seen. But we'll see, I guess.
I'd say, legally speaking, this is slander until he brings up the actual quote.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
And it's just unnecessary. There are so many times he does this throughout the video, and I'll show you these moments now. I'll try to be brief though. I have a hard time not rambling when I respond to assholes on the internet, but we'll see how this goes.
I also have the sneaking suspicion that this film was bumped from its original pre-Endgame slot to make way for a certain overpowered Mary Sue character that Marvel laughably thought was going to be the new face of the MCU.
I really don't understand.
Okay, here the problem is not woman, the problem is Mary Sue, meaning badly written. Badly written propagandic bullshit.
It was laughable that Marvel actually thought that Captain Marvel would be the new face of it, and nobody wanted it.
Yeah,
they really thought that Captain Marvel would be the new Iron Man, and it just wasn't.
Wait a minute, did they actually think that? That's funny.
Yeah, but Marvel has an obsession with the name, the character name Captain Marvel. As far as I'm aware, they've tried that throughout the decades to make Captain Marvel the face of Marvel Comics. That's why they acquired the rights to Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she's been rebooted at least 10 times. She's been rebooted at least 10 times this decade.
Yeah, but it's like imagine you know, the equivalent would be Disney, and everybody, or rather not everybody, Donald Duck is way more well known around the world than Mickey Mouse. So he's a way more prominent character. He's also a more defined character. He's a more exaggerated character. While Mickey Mouse is relatively boring. Would Mickey Mouse not be the original mascot, main mascot of Disney, with the logo, with the mouse ears, it would have to be Donald Duck, and whatever they would try to do to establish Mickey Mouse as their mascot, if it wasn't already, they would fail at it.
Well, it has to
because it would be Donald Duck, because that's the character everybody knows. And the Donald Duck of Marvel Comics is Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about content of media. So the latest thing I could think of Mickey Mouse, I could be wrong, was Fantasia, which was made in the 40s, I think.
Yeah.
And then but
I'm just trying to bring up the equivalent.
I know, but with Donald Duck, there's all kinds of other media of him. So, same with Bugs Bunny and other Warner Brothers.
Yeah, because he is more famous and he is more marketable.
Well, he's also more recent. So it's by recent, I mean like the 60s or 70s. I don't know when Warner Brothers came out with him exactly.
So you're looking back in the 40s.
It's pretty old. But what I'm saying is that there's more of him for him to be popular, as opposed to a original.
Because you can do more interesting things with him than with Mickey. Mickey is a rather blank character.
Hold on, I'm going to prove you wrong. They made House of Mouse, and I've got to say Mickey was actually he was born fucking that. Actually, carry on. You were right, Wes.
Never heard of that. And anyway, what I mean to say is, this is I made a hypothetical. I made a hypothetical example of if Disney had not Mickey Mouse as the main mascot, but wanted for some reason to establish it as that, they would probably fail, because people even today associate Donald Duck more prominently with Disney than Mickey Mouse. And it's the same with Spider-Man and Marvel. Spider-Man is the main mascot, whether Marvel wants it or not. No matter how hard they tried to establish Captain Marvel as the mascot of Marvel Comics, people are not taking up to it because it's just not as interesting a character. And for some insane reason, they tried to do it again in the MCU. That's why they tried to make her the leader, because Captain Marvel must, of course, be the leader of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It just doesn't work. They're obsessed with it.
And when that doesn't work, they gotta replace all the male characters with female characters.
Yeah, they're obsessed with the name.
Anyway, let's keep going.
Calling a Marvel character a Mary Sue. Characters in the MCU are powerful as fuck. They're superheroes. We have Thor, we have the Hulk, we have Wanda, we have Vision. All characters who fit your descriptions of an overpowered Mary Sue. But since
are you fucking retarded? Those characters are not Mary Sue's. Hulk is not a Mary Sue. He has giant problems. People do not love the Hulk unconditionally. They're rather fearful of him, to be honest.
Yeah,
Thor has family problems like mad.
Thor loses an eye and becomes fat. Do you think Fat Thor is a Mary Sue?
But he's talking about power level. Yeah, that's not the same.
Power level, and power level doesn't make that. And Captain Marvel is, I'm sorry, Captain Marvel has an nigh infinite power level. Nobody compares to that.
She almost beat Thanos. Yeah, she almost beat Thanos, and Thanos had to like take off the Power Stone or something so he could punch her right in the face.
Yeah. And even then, that barely did anything to her. There's nothing.
Yeah, because she's an Infinity Stone herself somehow, like Wanda.
Yeah. She is so. Captain Marvel is so.
Yeah, so is Vision. Yeah, he died.
Yeah, but Captain Marvel is so powerful. She cannot be beaten by anything in the entire Marvel universe. She's the most powerful being in the entire universe.
You would have to Captain Manhattan her out of existence.
Even her final act in her movie, it was
too many captains.
There's no stakes really in that
Captain Manhattan.
I'm sorry,
Captain Manhattan. What the? I'm revoking your nerd pass.
Oh God, we're talking about all the things. I'm sorry.
Wait, you never heard of Captain Manhattan?
I like Commodore Boomerang. That's my favorite.
Oh my God, Captain Manhattan!
Yes, it's a real hero.
I can't believe I said that.
Swine.
I'm sorry.
Wait, what's he in? What's Captain Manhattan in?
There were Marvel versus DC beat 'em ups.
Yeah, isn't Marvel v Capcom 7 or something?
I'm sorry.
I like First Gunnery Sergeant America and
First Gunnery Sergeant
Commodore Boomerang. There we go.
Petty Officer Green Goblin.
All right, let's go.
And the most evil creature on the planet. Then you have a problem with it. Grow up and give actual film criticism.
Oh my God! Again, get over it. Grow up. Just stop arguing. God.
Just move on with your life.
You couldn't spot actual film criticism if it would bite off your ass cheeks.
Okay, so all we're getting right now is this guy is having a massive paddy and a Mardy and is crying over the Critical Drinker, and he has the nerve to say to the Critical Drinker, grow up and move on.
Why did you make this video then? Why did you make it? Jesus Christ, dude.
Have you... this is just...
He's trying to point out that this is all one big silly thing by the Critical Drinker, while he's complaining that it shouldn't have been made in the first place, and yet he's criticizing the thing that he's saying you shouldn't be doing. Like, dude, you were doing it yourself.
When we call people white knighting, this is what you do, because you excuse all female characters of all criticism, even the ones that nobody complains about. Even the ones that nobody complains about. And if you shield something from criticism, you are doing that thing a disservice, because you shield it from being made better, from it getting an upgrade, a patch.
I just feel like saying to Turf Nation, stop defending Captain Marvel. She's not going to sleep with you.
Well, she's not. Or she's probably gay anyway.
She'd probably just break your hand.
But but there's this whole the minute that he just like the Critical Drinker said, Captain Marvel's a Mary Sue. This is true. She's unlikable, and Marvel. It was a laughable attempt to make Captain Marvel the face of the MCU. It's like, that's true, and he's gone. He should just grow up and do real criticism. It's like he's just done real criticism. What you want about here?
That's video. Did you even watch the goddamn video?
Real criticism for him is don't criticize women.
Real criticism for Turf Nation is just don't say anything at all if you can't say anything nice.
Man, you must be if you are in a relationship, it must be a horrible relationship where you can't ever say anything negative.
And here's Alex Halo. Give me Saber instead. Gee, I wonder why you would have that opinion, Alex. She is a better character.
Yeah.
You know what? If you guys watch the abridged versions of anime on YouTube, like Unlimited Blade Works of Fate, Saber is a tiger mom. It's hilarious. So,
Something that's not the weirdest thing I've heard today. So okay.
It's the same with any abridged. Watch all the abridged anime. It's hilarious on YouTube. So, anyway.
And on the surface, Thor Ragnarok seemed like great fun, at least until you started to look a bit deeper and realised that he basically spends the whole movie playing second fiddle to strong female character and strong female antagonist, and getting his ass kicked by both.
Yes. The only thing that happens in Thor Ragnarok is that Thor gets beaten up by the feminists. Yeah.
No.
No, he just... Jesus.
Okay, fine. It's probably an exaggeration a little bit.
Yeah, but he is sidelined a lot, and these
he gets
characters.
His ass kicked. Yeah, no, because Valkyrie makes fun of Thor constantly. She never gets any consequences for her shitty behavior.
Yeah, and she should be so far below his power level. It's laughable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she has a shitty personality. She has... Valkyrie has a shittier personality than Thor had before he was humbled and worthy of the hammer.
Let's put it this way. At the end of the day, Thor versus, was it Helga? Thor has to use, what's the creature for Ragnarok?
That fire demon thing,
Yeah, because he can't beat her. And it's a bit like, because Thor just cannot beat Helga at all in a fight. So he has to bring around Ragnarok. It's like, okay, seems a bit
and
OTT.
It destroys Asgard.
Yeah, and it destroys Asgard, and it's like Helga's so powerful she needs a fucking fire demon that will bring about the end of Asgardian life.
End of a civilization.
End of a civilization, and you're like, how? Where is she being?
She's able to, destroy the hammer. I don't know how that works.
She wipes out the entire she wipes out the entire Asgardian military as well.
She's a good metaphor for how women bring the downfall of civilization.
Yeah.
Sure, but the movie's not saying that. That's how stupid it is.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, this movie's so stupid. It's just a Guardians ripoff. And to give it any more thought than that is laughable.
Yeah,
it's not just that; it's a waste of the Planet Hulk storyline because it just references it with a little joke.
Yeah. Damn it.
They could have made the whole trilogy just out of that.
Yeah.
But either way, it's not toxic. That's legit. Valkyrie's a shitty person, shitty character, really.
Yeah. And it's quite laughable that it turned out that Tessa Thompson was pretty much as shitty as a character, and no one wants to work with her, which is also what happened with Brie Larson. And it's funny
because the actress just wants to work with black people. Fuck all the white people.
All these narcissistic Mary Sue characters are played by actual narcissists. That makes them more believable.
Yeah.
She wants more women. She becomes the king of Asgard. I don't know how that makes sense.
One thing that I always get annoyed with in Ragnarok is that Thor gets electrocuted and passes out twice from those silly little discs, whatever the hell they are that she controls. And I'm like, really, the god of thunder can't withstand a little electric shock.
And then at the end, in that scene that he's about to show, he gets all his thunder powers, and you're like, hang on, he just got electrocuted, unconscious earlier in the film. How the hell is he getting all this thunder power? Stuff.
Well, Odin said, "Are you the god of hammers?" That's the explanation.
I mean, it's a good line.
Well, the whole drama behind the drama behind his death of his dad, that was a dramatic scene where he figures out, okay, now I know who I am now. I'm gonna fight my sister or whatever. That was perhaps the only thing in the movie I went, wow, they actually got that connected well.
Yeah, but it doesn't explain how he's able to suddenly summon his powers, especially in Infinity War when he need a new entire hammer, whatever that was. It was called the Stormbreaker, right?
Well, that's the movie version. Yeah, they try to adapt the comic book in their own way, and they interpret their own way, which is what you do in a movie. But for dramatic reasons, like there are reasons why you have film and acting and characters behave a certain way. And the only thing I could say, which is of great value or of any major value in Thor Ragnarok, is the relationship between Thor and Odin and what was going on and why that was happening. Everything else is kind of a mishmash and comic relief. And,
maybe his brother. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's always been there though in all the films, I think. And this is just a comical version of that, where he's like playing with Help Me. What was the game they were playing?
That Help Me. My brother's been
whatever. Yeah. So it's all a joke. There are some moments. What's the side character with the guns? He has a heroic moment. You know, it's
Paul Urban's character,
right?
Yeah, so there's a lot of weird things going on in that movie, which are obviously done for entertainment value, for comedic effect.
What's the director called?
Waititi.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, I've noticed that all his movies are starting to look similar.
They're all comedies. Yeah,
doesn't have his.
That's why I have no hope for Thor 4, because he's now
never mind Thor.
Doesn't have his humor under
Star
control.
Wars. He's in
Natalie.
He wants to do
Star Wars.
He is doing Star Wars.
Yeah.
He was on the last episode, at least on the last episode of The Mandalorian. I think he designed the assassin character.
Anyway, let's not talk about Taika Waititi too much. We will see. We will see in the next few years what he does with Star Wars, but other than that,
all I was saying was he's got a certain style, and it doesn't work for every.
It's something that works as a spice, but not as a main dish.
If you're doing a comedy about Adolf Hitler, it works. If you're not, not so much.
Yeah.
Like if you mix up your curry spice, you want to use the curry powder as actual spice, and not as here's your meal.
Not for your dessert.
It's a bowl full of curry powder. and Taika Waititi is giving you the bowl full of curry powder and calling it a dish. And sorry, no.
I would put that in my cheesecake.
Shut up.
All right, let's go.
What's wrong with you, Eric?
Everything.
You're muted. If you really can't see past two female characters in a movie who are just acting like normal characters in this universe.
No, they're not.
What? No.
That's a terrible villain. It's a terrible side character.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on.
She's a drunk. She's a crazy drunk, and this person is just this evil, one-dimensional cardboard cutout.
Psychopath.
She's just
nothing.
Killing everybody.
She's a real Saturday morning villain.
Yeah, she just turns up, kills everybody, and then goes, "I'm going to carry on killing everybody. I want to be Queen of Asgard. By the way, here I'm killing everybody."
Mm-hmm.
I think she doesn't have a laugh.
I was expecting like at the end of the movie just for her to go, "I'll get you next time, Gadget," and
Gadget.
I wonder what she would have done if she had come across Thanos.
I don't know.
Maybe she would have sucked him off.
Yeah, we both said the exact same thing. But no, these two. But Helga's just so forgettable as a character. She just turns up, kills a load of people, and then.
I honestly don't think that the Critical Drinker is hung up on either Hela or Valkyrie at all. He just
not much to say about them.
No, they're not the main. It's like one aspect out of the 45 problems
it's one of those
this movie has.
Yeah, but it's like Critical Drinkers mention those two characters. and he's moved on to another point. This guy's like, look at that. The fact that Critical Drinkers mentioned these two characters is what's the problem.
Exactly.
It's not.
I mean, I guarantee he talked about Bruce Banner because he's a completely different character from what he was in Avengers 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Turf Nation claiming that, oh, these are perfectly normal female characters in this universe. No.
These are perfectly normal female characters. One's a psychopathic lunatic, the other one's a drunken moron.
Yeah, because if your justification is, oh, they're perfectly normal female characters in this universe, then that it is impossible to criticize any character in this universe.
Yeah. Now you get it, Wisp. Just consume product, move to next product.
Yeah, and this is how you would say this is a bad fan, but it's also a fake fan. A bad fan is an actual fanatic who does what you just said, consume product. The fake fan will claim to consume product, but doesn't actually consume product and never spend money on it.
Well, I just wonder, like, how do you critique something, but then you can't say mean things? Like,
well, no, never mind. If you call them perfect, how the hell do you come to that conclusion? Hela is a perfect character in this universe? How?
Normal, he said normal.
Perfectly normal.
Yeah.
Perfectly normal.
Perfectly
normal.
I think Critical Drinker is a perfectly normal character. And so how can you criticize him?
Ooh.
Oh, checkmate, bigot.
All right, here's...
my head cannon is bigger than your head cannon.
Here's Mad Ghost 4. Thanks for the 5. Who's going after my favorite Scotsman? It's Turf Nation.
Yep.
Yeah.
AstroTurf Nation.
All right. Anyway.
I'm happy that this video got dislike bomb. I'll bet it continues.
Yeah, I'm glad, yeah.
Anyway, let's keep going.
How can you expect people to take you seriously as a film reviewer? Your bias against women completely dictates your thoughts.
Projection. Critical Drinker does not have a bias against women. Watch his Alien review.
Oh,
you, however, have a bias against people who are not socialists, who criticize female characters that are shitty written in a shitty manner. You have a bias.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, how does he know that he has a bias against women? Quote that shit. Where's the proof of that?
Right, but here's the major problem. Okay, say the Critical Drinker is mentioning women quite a bit. That's mainly because most of the stuff that's being made that shit has got female leads in it because they can't write good female characters anymore. They have to make them Mary Sues. Don't you think that's more of a, it's a thing to be bringing up? Why is it that so many of these films and TV series that get reviewed, right, end up being shit, especially when they have female characters, because they write it in a way that all it is to boost the female character up, is to destroy everything else.
Yeah, and part of how this writing comes to be, is that they fear writing a female character that has a flaw, that has a weakness. Because then the SJWs, like Turf Nation, would come and say, oh, how dare you write a female character that has a weakness? That means the character is weak. Yeah. That means you think women are weak. You are misogynist. Yeah. So that they are emotionally extorted, blackmailed into writing Mary Sues. Either because they're convinced they have to do that because of their ideology, or out of fear.
That's a weird take. I wouldn't go that far. I think that's an extreme. Yeah. When you say writing a Mary Sue, it's so rare, and even then, it's not like a homogenous sort of flavor of Mary Sue. It's always like
right now we see Mary Sues everywhere.
Well. We see versions of them. I wouldn't even go.
Yeah, we see versions of them. We see Mary Sues everywhere. Not every Mary Sue is like the other.
It's such a broad term that because we saw popularized with Rey and she was the ultimate Mary Sue, that like even a quarter Mary Sue is a Mary Sue nowadays. So
we're criticizing the aspects of a Mary Sue that make characters bad.
I'd rather argue
the female girlfriend character in what was it, The Expanse is effectively a Mary Sue. She does some really dumb shit, but she has a lot of Mary Sue traits.
That's where I would say I think you're pushing the term a bit too far. But the sentiment of poorly written side character or poorly written main character who takes the spotlight for whatever reason and can do amazing stuff, and everyone likes. We
can go over that character. She's rarely criticized. She's a mechanic genius. She makes decisions that she doesn't really get reprimanded for. Even then makes them up again. She gets away with almost all bullshit. The only real drawback she has is that due to being a belter, she really can't stay on normal gravity for too long. She has to accept that she can't do that. And that's the first time I noticed her having an actual flaw, where that was too physical to bend the universe around.
All right. Here's a donation from Tyler Preston. Fun fact about the character Hela: she's the inspiration for the main villain Queen Hedrian from Tokusatsu show Denshi Sentai Denzamen, and the show Denzamen is one of the shows that Stan Lee and Toei produced, along with Japanese Spider-Man.
Wow.
All right.
Interesting. I know Toei did a bunch of stuff with Marvel. I don't know what exactly, but that's cool.
They did stuff.
All right. So this was a big generalization on behalf of Turf Nation. So, boy.
Always good.
Let's get back. Yeah, it's 5 minutes and a half. I'd say we go for another few minutes. I don't know. Like, this is just going to be...
Yeah, this is...
Every 30 seconds, it's going to be crap. Yeah, so.
Yeah.
Toxic mindset. Listen, I personally don't like Hela much as a villain.
Why? Tell us why.
It has nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman.
That's... What do you think he's saying?
What the fuck? Why the...
Hey, guess what, buddy? She's a woman, so...
God, I don't like Hela, but there's nothing to do with being a woman. I'm like, wow, that's misogynistic, saying she's not a woman.
Yeah.
Let's hear the argument from the Critical Drinker before this goes into the strawman territory.
Yeah, because the only citation we've heard before was the Captain Marvel one, and that was a critique of her being badly written and not of her being a woman. So I'm eager to hear more quotations.
She falls into the same character problems that so many other villains in the MCU have. But because she's a woman, then it's suddenly worth mentioning to you. Also, apparently villains nowadays aren't allowed to be strong or beat up the hero. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yes, they are, but only if they're a man. How can you openly say
bullshit?
Shit
oh my god.
That guy barely did anything. That guy, I don't even remember his name.
Ronan the Destroyer?
Yeah, you're right,
Yeah,
Ronan.
did nothing.
Yeah, he just stood there. All movie, he just stood there.
He's not even worth talking about.
He got beaten by Star-Lord dancing.
Yes.
Okay.
And all the movie, he just stood there menacingly. In his room.
Oh.
And,
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, and Ultron. We critiqued the hell out of Ultron.
Exactly, yeah.
Because he's a shitty villain, and he doesn't make sense as an AI villain.
Yeah, he cracks jokes. He's funny. I don't know why.
And he doesn't even use his powers of just being able to be everywhere. In all of technology, he should be unkillable.
Even Thanos gets talked about. We're trying to make sense of his character ultimately in Infinity War and in Endgame. You know, there's been discussion about that.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Turf Nation?
Also, the thing is, also here's the thing: Thor hitting Hela twice doesn't count as him beating her up. He still doesn't win that fight. He has to get a fucking fire demon to destroy all of Asgard to beat her.
Yeah. And there's the stupid dark elves in 4-2. No character at all.
Nobody gives a shit about
that. Waste.
Hey, everybody
I completely forgot about 4-2.
Everybody... Yeah, everybody did. Even the people that made it, right? But people bitched about Iron Man 3, the Mandarin, because we got a goofy cartoon character instead. Oh, you left me by the roof, Tony Stark, so now I'm going to destroy you, or whatever.
Okay, so Ultron, Ronan, any other male characters that were kind of bad, that were villains?
Oh, Whiplash. Is it, what is that? Iron Man 3?
Whiplash. Double the cycle. Good advice, yeah. Whiplash. Ivan Vankel.
Yeah, he was shy.
I don't even think people harped on Hela that much. They just said, she's just typical.
I'll be brutally honest. What's it? Stain, was it Obadiah Stane from Iron Man 1? Kind of forgettable villain.
Yeah.
Not that good. And he was the first villain of the Marvel Universe.
Honestly, all the Marvel villains have been kind of bad. It's just they're forgettable at best.
Yeah, that's what
the only reason Ego is memorable because it's Kurt Russell, and that's it.
Well, and they kind of did something like
they kind of did something different.
Yeah, I mean he's related to Star-Lord, and he plays into the story because what did he do? He gave cancer to his mom.
Yeah, it is. Ego is a little bit of a psychological villain, which is what makes him somewhat interesting and gives him character. Hell is she's just there, and the thing is with all the social justice tropes.
Sorry, what about Yellow Jacket from Ant-Man? Who remembers that character?
I don't think I've watched the second one. Was he in the first one?
Another bald, forgettable guy.
No, that's the first one, Wisp.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
I only remember the tanky chain. That makes no sense with being.
I'm also trying to just. I think one of the best villains is probably what people say is like Vulture from. Was it Far From Home?
Sure.
Yeah. No, but that's only because it's Michael. Yeah. Homecoming. Yeah, Homecoming. But that's only because it's like Michael Keaton, and also he does have a reason for his criminal activities, but also he's small fry with stuff.
There's Red Skull. I mean, he's kind of cool, but.
Well, how about what's his name from Wakanda? What's the brother or is the
Killmonger? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, Killmonger.
He was kind of retarded.
Yeah, he was.
What's
people talked about him like he had an idea.
Oh yeah, like he had an idea.
Wow.
Then you've got Andy. What's Andy Serkis's character called? Who was a villain in like 2 movies, and then got killed with a bullet.
He was the Claw. Ulysses Claw, I think.
Abomination. Do you remember Crossbones? He was a good villain, wasn't he? For 15 minutes.
Hey, there's that. There's the Shield director who was a Hydra agent, I guess.
Yeah, that Shield bloke.
I don't even know his name.
Wasn't he played by Robert Redford? Is that who?
Yeah, Robert Redford. Yeah.
Yeah, I just call him Robert Redford. I don't even know what. Yeah, then Abomination was the villain in Incredible Hulk. Everyone forgets that movie.
Yeah, nobody bitched about Hela. Come on, what are you doing?
Oh my god! Until like, what's his name from? Who's the villain of Civil War? What is it?
Zemo?
Yeah, everyone bitched about him, calling him the worst villain ever in the MCU.
I guess.
Because he was just a guy?
Too. It was just a guy, no mask.
Yeah. It was just...
I'm sorry, but the MCU, and up until like maybe Thanos, it's just been shit. They're forgettable. They focus so much on the heroes, you know. Which is
I was
fine,
just reminded. In the first Thor movie, at least, Loki was a good villain.
Loki was a good villain in Avengers.
I forget Loki's the villain. I mean,
yeah, Loki's a villain in Avengers as well, which is
It was fun.
Avengers. With Captain Marvel, Jude Law is the bad guy in Captain Marvel because something.
But didn't you guys like it when they were about to fight and Captain Marvel just hit him once? Wasn't that funny?
Yay. Yeah, so going through the list of Marvel villains, it's like saying Hela's crap is like... Is it Hela or Helga? I thought it was Helga. What is it, Hela? Hela. Why did I say Helga? I know, but...
Because it's a play on words of Hel, which is the icy hell of Norse mythology.
Yeah.
So she's evil, she's hell.
Yeah, but saying that she's a poor villain is not really stretching. It's not really like singling her out for being a woman. It's like, no, this is like part of the course for Marvel.
The thing is,
Marvel don't really have their. The problem is, it's like the opposite with DC. DC have got a good villains roster, but their heroes are boring. Whereas the Marvel has got a good hero roster, but not a good villains roster.
You could say...
it's funny because you can watch the Marvel Netflix series, and they do some really good villains, I think. And you can really contrast that with the MCU.
Yeah, but roughly, because it's... To write the DC heroes well, you have to put in effort. To write the Marvel villains well, you have to put in effort.
Yeah.
And to fuck up the other way around, you have to put in effort, I would say. Thing is what I wanted to say about Hela being pointed out as a horrible villain and an SJW trope is because people are so primed at this point on seeing the elements of the SJW propaganda, of the cultural revolution crap, the cultural destruction crap, that Hela fits into it. She is a ridiculously powerful female character. Whether she would be a hero or villain. She's just too out of this world and shits on all the male characters while playing the I've been wronged in my childhood thing. Which is what they all do. Whether they're on the side of the good guys or that's what all the SJW characters do.
Yeah, it seems not to matter. That's what's so funny about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you think you want her to not be... you wouldn't want a woman to be a villain because it would go against your narrative.
Yeah, if we went in this cultural destruction time, and Hel would be the only character that was like this, it wouldn't... nobody would complain about it. Would just say, it's a weakly written female character. But since we are in this time where we are primed on noticing how they do it, we can point out, she's not just badly written, she is part of this whole trope of shitting on the male characters.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've exhausted this topic. Let's keep on going.
Internet. How many people just accept it? I just don't get it.
The fact that Thor Love and Thunder is going to have strong female character as the new ruler of Asgard, and Jane Foster taking Thor's hammer away from him, kind of suggests that he's really just there to prop up his more diverse replacements.
What the fuck is your problem with Valkyrie being Queen of Asgard?
You really don't get it, do you?
Because
he just said
it. Shit character.
Yeah.
Why is
she does not deserve anything. She would never be worthy of the hammer. Never.
I'd give it to that. What's that lady called? That used to be at Thor's side.
Sif.
Was it Civ?
Lady Sif.
Yeah, I'd give it to her.
Now, what
before I
happened
give
to
it
her?
this.
She was in the Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show for a bit, then she took off.
I don't know.
And I don't remember the first 4 movie.
This woman.
I don't remember the first 4 movie, to be honest. I did like the Asgard stuff. Did all of Thor's friends die?
They died in Ragnarok, yeah.
Adventure group?
Hela kills them all, yeah.
Yeah, they all got killed.
Oh, that's how you prop up Valkyrie as the next ruler of Asgard. You just get rid of all the other characters.
But Civ,
so that only she's left.
I think she was even in Loki, but I didn't watch it. So
if you kill off all the better characters to make room for this decrepit asshole, yeah, of course, then she gets the crown. Maybe. I'm pretty sure you can find one of the non-superhero Asgardians that would be better rulers than her.
Mm-hmm. And why Jane? Yeah. This forgettable character as well? Like, really? This is the best we can do.
This is the thing. Yeah, this is the thing. The Drinker is 100% correct that Thor is literally just here because they know that if it was just fucking Tessa Thompson and Natalie Portman, 2 actresses who really don't even want to be in Marvel anymore, were just the leads, it wouldn't sell. So they are desperate for Thor to be there just to prop those 2 up. So he's 100% correct. That Thor is just there. Chris Hemsworth is just there to prop up these other people.
Yeah, and we see it everywhere where all male characters are just replaced by female ones. He-Man is the best example. Going so far to kill him twice.
Mm-hmm. Gotta make sure.
I mean, you pull that off in 5 episodes. You kill He-Man twice.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing. It's like Hawkeye, his daughter's going to take over. Ant-Man, his daughter's going to take over. We're going to do a female Iron Man. Who else are we going to get rid of, too?
Wolverine, his daughter's taking over.
Yep, Wolverine, female Hulk.
There's a rumor that Lady Sif is actually returning for Thor 4, so... Which...
Cool.
Will
she fight against Tessa Thompson, against Valkyrie?
I don't know how this is going to work, because wasn't she killed off by the snap, or wasn't that was expected?
No, we don't know what happens to her. She just does not appear in the 3rd movie, and I think she appears in the Loki show. That's what I heard, but I just didn't finish that show.
I don't want to watch that in the first place. I worked myself through Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I'm not gonna bother with Loki. And oh god, I love the Loki character as it was done in the MCU in the beginning. That just ruined everything that character was. So fuck off. But anyway, you can just bring Sif back with saying in that case she was away on an adventure on some other realm. Haha. She was gone while Asgard was being destroyed.
For 10
Tried to
years,
come back and then like, what the fuck happened here?
She went for a short trip to the Costa del Sol and just returned and Asgard was destroyed. She was like, I left for 5 minutes.
Thor, why
I was only gone.
Oh, this is what happens when you get Valkyrie back.
Yeah.
All right.
Who Thor trust enough for this role? Everyone else who would have been capable of doing it is fucking dead. What the fuck is wrong with Jane Foster being Thor? That's literally who she is in the comics. When Captain America
the comics. I don't give a shit.
It was fine but when a woman does it, no.
Okay, the reason why everyone was cheering because it's Captain America, and there are moments in the comics where Captain America is worthy of Thor. So
because the amazing thing is he's just a human.
Hasn't it also been like sort of hint? I remember it being hinted at during the Marvel MCU that Captain America might be able to lift.
Yeah,
he might be worthy of it.
The hammer moved slightly, and Thor was like, "What?" And no one else noticed it except for him, and it just didn't move anymore. It
was a great, subtle scene and joke. because they both know Captain America and Thor know Captain America could lift it. But Captain America, in order for Thor to save face, doesn't go on. So at that scene, we don't know if he can just move it a little or actually lift it. Because Captain America is such a good boy that he doesn't embarrass Thor.
Well, I don't know. It didn't seem like he knew it, but yeah. But that's the thing.
If you look, rewatch the scene. That is the scene that found itself into my mind. Rewatch the scene and look at the actors' faces. They both know what's going on, and it's played really nice. It's a really nice little socializing scene.
I think in Endgame he's like, I knew it. And but yeah, that's Captain America is very it's like a good man. As opposed to Jane. What has she done?
Mm-hmm. And also
Thor movies.
And also Thor is Thor. Thor is not a title you hand down. It's his name. So saying she's female Thor, that's just saying, oh, she stole his identity. Like Riri Williams steals Iron Man's identity.
And I've always questioned this. It's like, okay, what does Thor become? Like, if that's no longer his name, who is he then? Is he just Donald now?
Donald. Like which?
That's his surname. I don't know.
Yeah. Who else of these SJW characters has stolen identities of actual heroes?
All of them. Captain Marvel's stolen Captain Marvel's name. He's now.
Oh yeah, Captain Shazam. Marvel. Both times too, because the original Captain Marvel was a man, but in the movie it's a woman. We did it, guys.
Just say Shazam.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Shazam.
We did it, guys. We solved racism or something.
The better Captain Marvel.
I was thinking. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Ray Palpatine stealing the identity of the Skywalkers.
Oh God, I hate that fucking bitch, man.
Why are you misogynist?
Oh my God, my brain's overloading with stupidity.
I've seen this insane tweet of some douchebag headcanoning fan fiction of Rey after burying the lightsabers, traveling to Naboo to learn about her, and I quote, adoptive grandmother.
Oh fuck! Shut the fuck up. No.
Oh my God.
Posthumously, you have adopted me. You can't reject that because you're dead.
What
is wrong with these people?
Whoever wrote that deserves to be repeatedly beaten to within an inch of their lives. I'm just.
Better hope you're not 12 inches.
All right. Whoa. What?
What? Eric, stop thinking about penises. For once in your life.
All right. Let's go.
This woke SJW propaganda. Listen, the women in these movies don't undermine Thor. We all still love.
They don't undermine Thor, really.
They just constantly.
Oh, they will.
The whole Thor Ragnarok movie is constantly making fun of Thor.
Yeah.
He's the laughing stock of the movie, and it is getting depressing. I completely understand. Even if the Thanos thing hadn't happened, I would understand him getting depressed and just drinking himself into oblivion.
I'm
probably why Chris
Fortnite
Hemsworth doesn't even want to. Yeah, it's probably why Chris Hemsworth doesn't even want to be in these shit movies anymore.
After Thor 3, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Love him. Only you don't want side characters in your movies.
Wait a second. What? When the hell did anyone, including the Critical Drinker, say they don't want side characters in their movies? What the hell does that? How would you even come to that conclusion?
When you're delusional,
that is the dumbest. That is the dumbest thing he said so far.
Strawman.
Yep. Oh, yep. Oh my God.
Strawman. Because you want more characters to tell more expansive stories. You have I don't know how many million characters in Marvel. Did you use them to flesh out your stories? Man.
If you take Valkyrie out of the story, does it really change that much?
No.
Not really,
exactly.
No.
So
I mean she does a Deus Ex at the end, I think.
No.
I can't recall. She's in the ship or whatever. I can't I don't remember.
She's in the what?
The ship.
Spud, you're misogynist.
Over shit. Over shit. Sorry, I misheard you.
No, she has that ship she flies in.
Oh shit.
No, Eric got my joke. It's fine. Honestly, I watched Thor Ragnarok. It honestly bored me. I know that's subjective and everything like that, but yeah, it was just a boring movie.
Well, like he said ass guard. That was pretty funny.
It did have Jeff Goldblum, so that was entertaining enough just to see Jeff Goldblum do stuff.
Yeah, but that was written around Jeff Goldblum and not a Thor movie. This felt like more they wanted to copy some aspects from The Fifth Element.
Yeah, in a degree, I think that's true.
Yeah, but the thing is, Smud, about that Jeff Goldblum comment. I can just watch Jurassic Park. That's got him in it, and that's a better movie. So.
A much better movie, yeah.
Heck, I could even probably watch The Lost World.
I do like
Independence Day or The Fly. It's all Jeff Goldblum playing Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, I do like the joke he says where he says, "Oh, I don't like that term or something. The slavers was jobs or something." I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny.
I mean, there are funny scenes in Ragnarok, no question about that. But it's not what I expect when I see a Thor movie. That's
exactly. Yeah.
When I wait for a Thor movie in the Marvel thing, what I expect or what I hope for is what I see as the positive part of Thor 2 and 1, if you will, and that is all the archaic fantasy-like Asgard stuff.
Yeah,
stuff with the realms, the fantasy magic technology stuff, all the Asgardian culture. This is the character with which you can explore high fantasy, super high fantasy on the level of science fiction level stories outside of Earth. A character you have established, a world you have already established, and you can tell stories in that. That is what I would expect of and hope for in a Thor movie. And when he needs actual help from someone from Earth, it would be like, do we have reason to get the Hulk or Iron Man because they have actual power levels?
That's always
this magic. Get Doctor Strange into a Thor movie. That would fit.
Yeah, there was a grandiose, almost Shakespearean-like style to the first two. I'd say the second one more so, where everything was bigger than it should have been. And a lot of people actually liked the second Thor movie better because it focused on that more. Whereas,
as weak and flat as the movie was, that's what I loved it for. Because I thought, whoa, the MCU is expanding into the universe. It's getting away from just doing shit on Earth. And I thought they'd stick with that, but they didn't have the balls for it. Sorry, this is a dear topic to me for some reason. Sorry.
Well, it's always interesting with people like Turf Nation where, they always say, oh, well, it's sticking to the comics, right? The comics. But in other aspects, they don't follow the comics.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't care about that kind of crap. They only care about specific elements, which, of course, guys been talking about this, which is the...
it's the fetish tropes.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right.
Does it have this one scene where they say this one thing in it? Oh, it's a great movie because it has these 5 seconds. Oh. That's it.
I remember when people tried to tell me that Suicide Squad was good because Jared Leto's Joker wears a black tuxedo and it was like the black tuxedo he wears in one comic, and I was like, You are an idiot. Please leave me alone.
Fuck that movie. I hate it.
But that's literally the only reason. That's like one of the only reasons why I was told it was good, because Jared Leto looks a little bit like the Joker. I went,
yeah, but that's like the DCU fans.
Yeah, but I was like, no,
my man did this.
He's got. Yeah, but he's got damage on his forehead. He looks like none of them. So, what?
There's that one shot from Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. It's a good movie.
Yeah,
you can't even with these people.
He's got a dragon tattoo like the Joker in All Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder, and I was like, I'm going to stop you right there. If you try and tell me that Suicide Squad's good because of one of the worst comic books ever written, I wish I had a gun. I would shoot you.
All right, let's keep going. Not for too long though.
Yeah.
Can't shine. If Valkyrie had been a male character, but every trait and development stayed the same.
Okay, all right. Let's look at another male character in this movie, which was the guy with the two guns. That he thinks he's so cool, and he goes
Serker?
He goes to the Hela's side. Yeah, he's like her right hand guy, and he never opens fire on the Asgardians. He's about to, but he never goes through with that. He has his own arc in this story.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if he was a male or a female. He makes choices that have consequences, and he becomes a hero as a result. It is... There's things to hate about the film, and there's things to like about the film. This is one of them as well. So, with Valkyrie, she is annoying. She does have a little bit of redemption, but it's more or less... I look up to...
that's being generous.
Yeah, she has a little story about how she used to be one of the better, or she's trying to be one of the better Valkyries, and she never could. And where did she get that sword, and blah blah blah. So there's a little bit
very surface level.
It's basic stuff. It's not bad. If it was more robust, I think it would have worked better. But it doesn't connect as well.
Yeah, and if she was
the liquor that she gives out, it's not
yeah, and also
it's not genuine.
Yeah, but here's the thing as well. I'm going to say this: Carl Urban is a lot better an actor than Tessa Thompson. And that's it. Tessa Thompson. Let's put it this way: everyone gave Tessa Thompson praise for this. I thought she was rubbish. The very next movie she was in was Men in Black International, and everyone panned that. What's she been in since? She's literally got this role now. That's it.
Oh, really? That's funny. Okay.
That's good. And for the argument he wants to make, that if she was played by a male actor, this was a male character, for some reason, because then it would be a male Valkyrie, that makes no sense. But anyway, hypothetical. She would be the disgruntled, envious antagonist ex-ally who would just be shitting on you, like your class rival or something. And she would be this, or he then would be unlikable. Nobody would like that character because it's just an asshole who, in the end, has this one nice scene. The thing is, the real difference. So he will make up some bullshit. The real difference is that if this was a male character, we would dislike the character just as much. The difference is, people like him wouldn't make excuses for that character because it was a man and not a woman. Because women get excused for everything, men don't.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's like, there's female characters to like too. There's Pepper, and everyone cheered when she became Iron Woman or whatever.
Well done. I know you tried really hard, but it's just where you went. Pepper is like that is a character almost like over your shoulder to somebody.
Huh? Wait, what?
Well, she's a great female support.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And she's the grounding for Tony Stark. If Pepper wasn't around, you could say she's the Lois Lane to Iron Man. Pepper's gone, he's just losing himself. Just like Superman goes bonkers when in any story that Lois Lane gets killed.
Whereas with Valkyrie, or Valkyrie, or however you want to pronounce it, if she's gone, everyone just goes, who? Moves on with their lives.
I think her backstory was tied into the main plot of Hela when she attacked Asgard, and I think that's... I mean, it's good to have that tie-in, but did it resonate as a form of motivation? Because I remember she has some weird lines like, I can't forget, but that I stay in Sakaar to keep drinking, but there's certain things I can never forget, or some bizarre, I don't know, Last Jedi Luke scenario where I want to die, but I don't want to kill myself sort of bullshit. So it's this weird sort of limbo land she's in.
The odd thing is, this has been thousands of years.
I know.
And she's been drinking for thousands of years. And Thor, after the Thanos incident, drinks and gets fat like hell. And she doesn't?
She should have been a fat woman. That's funny.
Yeah, like an actual Valkyrie.
Oh yeah, that would have been great.
Like an actual Wagner-esque Valkyrie in the opera.
Yeah, but Wish we can't have a fat black woman on screen. That's
why not? That would be even better representation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a stereotype. That's not representation. Don't ask me. I don't make the rules up.
What are you talking about? Like her acting all sassy isn't a stereotype, really?
A sassy fat black woman is not a stereotype.
I mean, she's an alcoholic.
Eric, what she's an alcoholic, fat, sassy black woman is not a stereotype.
I beg to differ.
It's diversity. Oh my god, imagine she had one leg and was blind. She'd be a disabled, drunk, fat, black, sassy.
Oh
my god.
With an eye patch and the horned helmet. If she has an eye patch, she can go right to replacing Odin instead of Thor. Oh, yeah. Just both, like Ray does.
Oh yeah. Totally, she can transition into a man.
Yeah, and also transition. Yeah, and say she's an ex-convict because, like,
and then he could bang Thor, and they could have little horse babies or something.
Oh god, she's not Loki.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if her past wasn't connected to Hela. Would she bother to have joined Thor in helping? Helping Asgard.
No, she would just stay on that planet and just drunk.
Yeah,
but all her friends would still be alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. The way it played off was that, a lot of her comrades died, and she was too scared, and she ran away. She
was the best of the Valkyries.
The best of the Valkyries, but ran away. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a social justice writing. It doesn't need to make sense.
Hey, listen. Eric, when the going gets tough, the tough have a panic attack under the table. That's the saying, so,
I must be really tough then, because I hide at my table constantly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cowering, crying.
Mm-hmm. See, that's where you always go wrong. If you're really one of the toughest, you find a better, more ingenious place to hide and have a panic attack. You don't just hide under a table.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. There's that line by Thor. He's saying how much he wanted to be a Valkyrie, and how much he admired them, even though they were women. And he gives that whole spiel like, "Oh wait, no. Of course, I like women. Sometimes a little too much, but not in a creepy way."
I think I forgot that part.
Yeah, he even talks about, it's finally good that women are participating in the battle. It's very progressive, and I was lost. I was like, I don't know who this character is anymore.
Who are you?
Yeah, it's a pretty dumb line, but that's the thing of I could see Thor trying to be apologetic in the dumbest way. It's like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if only we get that. If we had more of that consistency, that would be.
Well, Thor in the Ragnarok is not very consistent. He's kind of lying, goofing around. Remember, he says he's talking to Hulk, and then he talks to Bruce Banner is like, I don't like him. No. He's weird. I'm the Hulk. And he talks to the Hulk. He's like, Bruce Banner. Yeah, he's dumb. Yeah.
And that annoys me about Ragnarok so much, because in 4-1 he starts as the archaic guy, and then opens up to humans a bit, human culture. Okay, but he's still a fish out of water. In 4-2, he still works in that archaic Asgardian way, because he's been like that for thousands of years. Okay, fine, fits. In 4-3, in Ragnarok, there's no Asgardian in him anymore at all. He's just a goofy, run-of-the-mill human bumbling fool.
I do recall Chris Hemsworth talking about how he liked playing as Thor because he was tired of being in the movies at that point, because it allowed him to be more comedic. It allowed him to be, because he even talked about in 2015 with Ghostbusters, he was happy to ad-lib comedy and bullshit like that because he likes comedy, which is great.
Wait, but the was ad-lib comedy in Ghostbusters? That's not possible. There was no comedy.
Wow, that reminds me. He basically did not want to do his job. He did not want to put on the wig. He did not want to get into character. He just wanted to goof off with Mark Ruffalo.
Probably. But in 4-1, Thor had comedic moments. That was the fish out of water stuff. And you can do comedic stuff while in the role. You can even have ideas of how to implement that if you really start to understand the character and the culture and how that clashes. And how that can come off as, because just like people from different cultures coming to visit and seeming what they do seems a bit off, seems a bit weird, can seem funny. So what artists often experience, they just do their normal shit. They just do their normal shit, and other people think you're so funny, you're hilarious, and the artist doesn't even know what's going on. I just did the normal thing I do.
I'll have another smash.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah. Exactly that. And it's then not laughing at the artist. It's laughing at I thought you were making a really hilarious joke. But you didn't intend it that way, but it made people laugh in a positive way. And that is the kind of thing you can do with 4. Just with the example you bring, that is also my favorite.
Here's Fritz, another off-topic donation, but thanks for the 3. Fire Emblem Awakening did the best ever female character better. Okay. Cordelia was the best Pegasus Knight and is a perfectionist and had to abandon her post at the behest of her fellow Pegasus Knights to warn Crom of an incoming pincer maneuver. Okay. That's a reference not too many of us are going to get, but thank you.
Hooray.
It's not too off topic, but nothing worse than what we do every day, so that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, we've got we're 7 minutes in. I'm going to go for another minute and call it a day because yeah. Every comment he makes is just like, oh.
Yeah, I'd be in for a part 2 of this. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can do part 2 of this, Wes. Yes.
All right, let's go.
You'd have no fucking problem with that character being king of Asgard. But of course, women are the spawn of Satan.
No.
No, can we?
Nobody said that, you idiot.
Straw man.
Women are the spawn of Satan. Listen, right?
Not even the Christians.
Let's put it this way: I've been through bad relationships. I don't think women are the spawn of Satan. I think a certain woman is the spawn of Satan. That is true, but I don't think women as a whole are the spawn of Satan. That is also not the argument.
You don't think women don't say the same stuff like that?
Oh, I know. I've been called the spawn of Satan by women.
Exactly.
But,
I've been called worse.
But then I just block them on Facebook. It's perfectly fine. Yeah,
what he does. The thing is, what he doesn't notice is that while he's accusing people of that straw man, he himself is guilty of the stance of all women are wholly perfect and inherently good and can't do wrong, bad, or evil.
You know what's funny? I believe more that all women were the spawn of Satan over all women are wholly pure and perfect. Because no one can be wholly pure and perfect, but everyone can easily be evil.
Yeah, I mean, why else is he even making excuses for hell?
Yeah.
Just because, yay, woman, I don't know. Whatever.
Yay, women! You exist. Good job.
Anyway.
Ooh, can we get an entertaining story now?
Yeah.
And of course, being the next Black Panther is a fucking holy sin. Listen, it's okay to dislike Shuri as a character, but it's not like Marvel planned this. Oh, and the Ant-Man...
Yes,
they didn't plan a character they created. Okay, thanks. What?
That's why they're doing this in every fucking movie with every fucking character. Because they didn't plan this?
Was he trying to say that?
I think he's talking about the unprecedented death of Chadwick Boseman, which, yes, very sad. Oh no.
Mm-hmm. But they were very quick with their change.
Yeah.
It was a ridiculously quick thing.
It's almost, and this is a hypothetical accusation. It's almost as if someone had the thought of, oh, now that he's dead, we can accelerate the plan. He's out of the way.
Oh,
we have a justification to speed up making the girl the hero, making the girl the main character.
You know what?
As horrible as that sounds, it's like, yeah, I would not doubt that. I bet they were going like, God, we're gonna have to make like a trilogy of like Black Panther movies with this bloke. And it's like when we do that, and then he's died. They're like, listen, we can just make the second one now about this girl. It's like, yeah, we can speed this up.
Yeah, they're like, bring out the champagne, yeah.
and let's speed it up before everyone's so fed up of the SJW MCU that absolutely nobody will watch it, including these urban blacks of the US.
The urban black white people.
Because no one else is gonna watch this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And plus her character, even Berserker has talked about this. It's just not good. Not good. Way bad. Different from the comics.
Yeah. She's an annoying know-it-all that just fucking just it
I love how she
makes fun of her brother. Yeah,
I love how she's super advanced scientifically and has all these ancient paint on her face and other designs.
And her age doesn't make sense.
Is she?
I forgot the lines relevant for that, but when I watched Black Panther, I noticed her age doesn't make sense with the things she's saying.
If you're a super scientist or whatever, and you're so advanced in technology, would you really paint your face with like tribal markings?
Why not?
Well, that's a cultural thing.
I don't know.
It's like we see all these hipsters with these stupid hollow earrings in the earlobes.
But if you're
these geniuses or
if
whatever.
you're far advanced in some discipline, like that is your life. You're not suddenly, I also do skidooing in my off time.
Smart people. Smart. So there are scientists who have tattoos. Second,
that's fine.
In Wakanda,
not on your face.
They put, of course. When that's part of your culture, that's fine. But this is Wakanda. They put straw on the roofs of their skyscrapers.
Okay, but that's something she made.
Think of it this way: Walter White becomes a meth kingpin, right? He starts getting out with the street cred. No, like the street slang. He's like, "Yo."
Okay.
He rolls with the homies. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so
but there's a pattern.
Point to that was
the argument I'm trying to make is that if you are so advanced, let's say for technology, right? You are so far advanced And we're talking like controlling atoms to be indestructible or whatever the hell she does in that lab, which is basically magic. If you're so advanced in one thing, in your mind and the way you think and the way you've developed your knowledge, would you just put random crap on your face, regardless of what culture you're from?
If it's if within your culture it is part of your individual expression, I don't see any problem with that.
I have
what you're talking about is an advanced consciousness.
Yeah, I mean,
and you equate high levels of technology as a scientist or engineer with a highly developed consciousness. That's not the same thing.
I find that it's kind of impossible to not have one without the other. You can't just be a technical genius. And
I wish that was true, but then I implore you to run around some technical universities, and you will see that many of these people are absolute children. They build the most amazing stuff. They put up they can do Fourier transformations in their heads like it's nothing.
Yeah,
but
the major thing is
the children.
These people, but these people also fucking whoop like fucking monkeys as well. So
Okay.
Right?
I mean, I don't know.
Hawk, you're making Hawk, you're making my argument.
I mean,
you against me with that. Argue against Smug.
No.
I have to ask. It's a family tradition, right?
This technologically advanced nation acts a lot like the Zulus seem more advanced in the 1800s than what Wakandans are like, because it's just like someone went, just like some white middle class woman went, well, black people are like monkeys, right? So we'll make them do monkey stuff. That's Africa.
I thought it was a black.
So
yeah.
Yeah, but I like when they fought it up in the movie things. They just got, well, we'll get black people to do black stuff.
Well,
the thing about Wakanda is that it is the way it is in Black Panther. Is everything about Wakanda is a racist American black stereotype, and Wakanda is whatever it needs to be awesome for the story. Nothing about it makes sense. Absolutely nothing.
Well, I'm going to see if anyone who works at the Large Hadron Collider has like giant magical hoops in their ears, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Face
probably
tattoos.
not while in the labs.
Or just, or just like
aren't
a tattoo on their face, going, "Get it here, big boy," or something like that. I don't know,
Yeah.
Anyway,
no,
maybe you can.
But Smud's being. I've been honest. I agree with Smud. It's like you look at these people who are scientists. They don't paint their faces. They don't do stuff. They go, "This is a professional environment.
Mm-hmm.
We've got to act professionally." They don't. Yeah.
They look.
I mean, I don't know
a certain way. Okay.
I suggest to just agree with Chad and make Zamunda great again.
I just agree with Smud and just say Wakanda sucks.
Yeah, that's why. Make Zamunda great again.
All right, let's go.
Wasp is because Scott got overshadowed by a woman. Ah, yes, a fine point.
A 2-hour film.
Wait, what was that? Let me.
And he's not showing scenes from that movie.
It's okay.
Hold on. Let me just rejoin because for some reason, Watch Together just stopped for me, so I've missed.
Right, 7-Eleven.
All that.
Yeah, and there was
Okay.
one
I mean,
last...
did you really miss that much, Hawk?
Did I really miss that much? Probably not, but when Smud goes, whoa, let me go back a bit, I'm like, ooh, juicy information.
Yeah. Anyway, there was one last thing I wanted to add to this. One pattern that seems to go across all the SJW tropes is that all the black female characters, or very often the black female characters, the more closer they are to being the main character, are hyper intelligent engineering geniuses. She is that. Riri Williams is that. The one in The Expanse is that I brought up. And I don't know about the He-Man thing because I didn't watch that.
The
I think Tila has the engineering bonus there.
Yeah, the replacement for, was it Gabby in NCIS? Not Gabby, what was her name?
Oh, yeah. Abby.
Abby, thank you. Abigail. Now played by a black, frizzy-haired, which is fine, doesn't really matter, but odd that you could replace anyone for Abby. She was like unique, and that was the reason why you watched the show, because she was amazing. So
yeah,
and she's a black female scientific genius.
Something like, I don't know exactly. I never really watched the show after that, but I just saw that was the replacement. I was like, oh, that's okay, I guess.
Yep.
Just replace Abby, no problem. Really? Okay. Anyway,
Bold.
we're going to get back to the video because we missed what he said there. I want to rewind that. Here's Cullivar for the 10. Thank you. If you guys know any U.S. veterans that are struggling right now, VA hotline is always open, 1-800-273-8255. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I don't know any U.S. veterans. I'm in the UK. So.
I'm not sure if that was serious or a joke, but thank you anyway.
If it's serious, then yeah.
Message.
Yeah, it's a very important message.
Or you could be like Turf Nation, just move on with your life.
Oh, yeah.
Just do nothing. Just do nothing.
Don't even say anything. Like, don't even mention it. Why would you do that?
Yeah, why?
Grow up.
Yeah.
Just grow up.
Yeah, just grow up.
Oh, yeah. I've never thought about that before.
You're a veteran of a war and need help? Just grow up. Stop being a child.
Okay. Here we go.
Plant this. Oh, and the Ant-Man and the Wasp is bad because Scott got overshadowed by a woman. Ah, yes, a fine point.
A 2-hour film.
I actually watched the second Ant-Man movie.
Oh, God, you did?
I know. In 3D even.
Oh, Jesus,
and,
why?
Yeah, the female character was overshadowing the main character. He was, I guess that was kind of the point though, because he was kind of a bumbling fool. At least that's what I got.
They made a joke.
Oh, where have I heard that before?
Yeah.
No, they made a joke. Scott's suit doesn't work for some reason. Oh, but God, what's that character's name? Wasp. I can't even remember her name, but she has the best suit. It shoots lasers. She's amazing. Her suit works all the time. It's not overshadowing. That's not overshadowing, really? Okay. But I want to know why you saw this movie in 3D, Smud.
That's the only time it was playing. I was on a date, and I was like, all right, let's go then.
Oh, you took
someone on a date to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Or did she take you?
It was spur of the moment. It was after sushi. She wanted to do it. I was like, I don't know what to watch. And you're like, that's what's playing right now. And we just did that.
Did you just delete her number afterwards?
Well, no, but it was funny because we walked in like 10 minutes late, and I had to there's a big a garbage pail where you have to put all your 3D glasses, and I had to reach down in there to grab them because we had no idea we needed them. So we had to go back to the front.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, so we just we can't see a damn thing. We realized, wait a second, are we retarded or do we need glasses? Oh, we need the glasses. Okay, we go. No one told me.
I love all your first thought is, I'll be retarded. No, we just need 3D glasses. I'm like, why would you? Okay.
I've never gone to a 3D film in a long time. So, yeah, I didn't know the process.
I thought that's funny. What does your vision have to do with retardation?
Because we were sitting really close. It's maybe we're just sitting way too close. This is really weird. What's going on here? Anyway, I did watch the film.
All blind people are just are we retarded? Or
yeah, can we not? We're fairly smart people. What's going on here?
Hold on, we're smarter than this.
Yeah, that's the difference. If you had been narcissist, you would have not asked yourself the question of whether you are retarded. You had complained that the movie looks shit.
Yes. Well, the movie looks shit anyway. So.
If you're a kid And if you like Marvel films, I think it would be a great film to watch as a kid because it's all these funny gags with miniaturization.
I think that's even giving it too much credit.
Well,
I think the first one was better, but yeah.
I think for kids it's fine.
Yeah, I think there's Marvel movies and heroes you can do better with the going for the child audience angle, and others where it fits better the more mature audience. And the kids eventually grow into an age that usually they do, where they can later enjoy the older movies.
You are correct.
Yeah, people forget that. Hollywood forgets that. And for example, I would have liked I know I like psychological movies, but well, you could have done a better, more mature psychological movie with Iron Man going through his shit than the thing we got.
Anyway,
yeah, think about the kids, Wes.
I want to hear what he has to say. Let's go.
Yeah.
Feminist power for the blue-haired land whales of the world to feel vindicated as they go home to their empty cat-infested apartments.
This is just plain anti-feminism. It's honestly so funny.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's an actual description of reality. That is the sad part of it. And yeah, you're showing the right one overdid the makeup horrendously. But technically, you're showing 3 attractive women here. That's not the land whales. But if you go into if you go into actual feminist movements, you will find a lot of the fat borderline land whales, yes, with green and blue hair,
who are vegans.
The lack of fashion sense.
Critiquing women is not.
Yeah. Oh yes. Fat borderline vegans, yes, who secretly eat pigs at home,
but not their cats.
If they have them,
maybe they should.
No.
I can tell you that those 3 people are probably not even who are 2 of them look so drugged up they don't even know what day it is. So I'm not too interested in.
I don't even know why he showed this picture. What's the point?
Look at that.
It's his contrast to blue-haired land whales. They're not all land whales. And there's not all land whales have blue hair. Some of them green hair. Some of them red hair. Some of them are blonde. Yeah.
But the thing is I'm thinking,
by the way,
I'm thinking he's making a joke, not actually being serious.
No,
taking it
making
seriously.
Jokes. At no point does Turf Nation come across as making jokes.
No, not Turf Nation. I'm talking about Critical Drinker, and Turf Nation.
He's making exaggerations. That's what his shtick is all about. I wanted to say, back in the day, before the SJWs appropriated the cosplay culture, which is where they got the hair colors from. They didn't get it from the punk scene. These colors they got from the cosplay culture. And before that, the standard hair color for feminists was socialist red, hyper red. All the feminists had super red hair. I had a couple teachers that had that, and it looked so unreal, and they all seemed like they had no real personalities. They had acts.
Hold on, you had teachers? Shit.
I was in school at some point, yes.
Wish wasn't always, consistently an angry German on the internet. There was a school period.
He was angry elsewhere, not on the internet.
Yeah.
I was doing that when I was in school already, but let's not talk about that time. The other thing is at metal festivals, for example, I came across a couple of women who did have their blue hair, and they were not SJWs. They were pretty much the opposite, because as is most of the metal scene. They didn't let the SJWs in. Really, they just said nope, we're not doing your politically correct bullshit. That's the opposite of what metal's about. So fuck off. And these women said, I don't care what the SJWs do. It's rather interesting to shock people when they realize I'm not one of them. It's the same thing I go through with the trans shit, because people are really tense, even fearful, because they expect SJW bullshit and me being offended when they get their pronouns, when I get pronouns wrong or something like that, and are then super surprised when I don't just blow up, and then learn that, oh, you're against all this shit? Well, that's a relief to hear that people like me exist, which is very nice. And yeah, because people don't know we exist, that there are this type of us that are against this crap. Because the ones that got through with the transition, they passed naturally, so the topic's never even brought up. And the other thing is, and that worked for me for a while as well, is that these blue-haired girls and women said that, well, due to the hair, the SJWs and feminists think I'm one of them. So again, can go incognito and just listen to what they are actually saying, and it's horrendous, horrifying. So it's actual camouflage. You can use it as camouflage.
Anyway, this is a really bad straw man, but let's just keep going.
Funny to me that blue-haired girl is the straw man people have decided on for representing.
It's not a straw man.
Fucking hell.
You may also have noticed a conspicuous focus on diversity in these four lineup, which I guess was to be expected. I mean, don't get me wrong, it seems like a good idea on the surface. It certainly makes sense to have characters from different backgrounds and cultures to add a bit of variety to the series. The problem, as always, lies in the execution. Shows like WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier leaned far too heavily on identity politics, aggressively trying to lecture their audience about the evils of modern culture, rather than presenting a fun story with interesting ideas and allowing them to form their own opinions.
The evils of modern culture is not an interesting topic to explore. What the fuck? How is...
Okay, can someone point out where in these stories are the evils of modern culture that think is interesting? What is so great?
I'm confused.
America, he's Critical Drinker is saying, like, you know, the problem is like the Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision is pushing too close to, like, you know, America bad, white people bad, you are all bad, which is what they are doing.
It was just all they're doing.
But this guy's going, actually they are interesting, and it's like,
But how?
No, it's just a fetish though, because they're not exploring how it's bad.
What is interesting about Falcon? I don't know. Like, what is interesting about the racism?
I don't know.
I'd say racism is exploring stories. We have that in all the. We have racism stories. We have in science fiction in every science fiction story with aliens. Oh, it's an alien thing. Let's be fearful and be prejudiced because the aliens could kill us and are sneaky bastards. Oh, and then there's an exception. It's a good alien. Hey. Oh, there's corrupt people in the government.
Soldiers doing.
Oh.
Supposedly, this country is so racist that he'll take up the shield to make it not racist.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If I can, the soldier is retarded.
At the end
of the day, it's not a modern problem of society. Racism was solved in the 90s, you idiot.
Yeah, but
the socialists brought it back up because you were running out of problems to tell people that you were going to solve, because it was a solved problem.
And that is emphasized in the show. It's like, oh, so what's your solution, Falcon? Huh? How are you going to fix the world? I don't know. Just do better.
Cheers. Thanks,
pathetic.
Thanks, Falcon.
Pathetic. Falcon,
what a hero.
Falcon needs a punch in the face. Seriously. The guy's a flaming racist.
Hold on, Falcon. The Falcon needs a Falcon punch in the face.
He's a flaming racist with an inferiority complex.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to...
Well, here's the thing.
Who thinks he can try to reason with absolute psychopaths who venerate killing half humanity.
Hooray. Yay, we solved racism.
What a hero. Very complex character.
Yeah, and here kept forgetting his name. New captain with his friend Battlestar.
John Walker.
John Walker, yeah, John Walker and Battlestar. They were a great pair. Those two were not racist. Like they tried to portray having John Walker as the new captain, the blonde, blue-eyed guy. That's the racist thing to do. His best friend and battle buddy is a black guy, and they're so good friends that when Battlestar's killed, John Walker goes on a rampage to avenge him, because he's actually worthy of the title Avenger against superhero super serum terrorists.
No, but that's bad, Wisp.
Yeah,
you can't even call him terrorist.
Yeah, shut up. John Walker is avenging the murder of a black man. And Falcon is going on about, the United States is so racist. That's why I can't take up the shield, because no one would accept me. The whole problem of this movie is Falcon being an idiot of the series. It's only Falcon. He's the only one who has an actual problem.
Yeah,
he's retarded.
I can't take up the responsibility that Captain America gave me.
Here's John Doe, the average Joe. This is a wannabe no BS vid with this shallow critique. You know, it's kind of a funny way of putting it, because it's like the flip side to no BS. No BS is the other side of whatever the political spectrum he's part of, and says stupid shit. And this guy is just swearing and saying stupid shit about critical drinkers, analysis, and jokes of Marvel.
It's only straw man.
That he can't discern that it is a joke. That's what's funny about it.
Well, he's trying to advocate that. What's wrong with having a message be about the evils of America? It's like, dude, you're pushing a message. Why don't you just tell
You're not executing it. You're just pushing propaganda. You're not telling a story. You're just saying, this is a bad thing. You're not explaining why. You're just saying there's racism in America. But
it doesn't make sense.
In the story, in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, there is no... I don't remember any relevant racist moment in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, except by Falcon. It's only Falcon and this other old douchebag. Only the black people in Falcon and the Winter Soldier are racists.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, this is not the time to do a racist story where half of the planet was like wiped away with no clue or question why, and we had to live with that for 5 years. This really
the whole story
racism. This is interesting. Okay.
Yeah, the whole background of the or as they explained, the blip was, all of humanity was coming together. Yeah, then that means racism is gone. Fuck off. And how Falcon also makes complaints makes racist remarks about the white people at the bank. Like, we don't trust those white people. Like, something like that he said. It's in the first or second episode.
Can't listen to white man.
Like, fucking hell. Falcon is the racist. You could almost say if this whole Carly Morgenthau bullshit wasn't in the show, Falcon would be the villain. I'd watch a TV series with John Walker and Battlestar. That's a cool duo. They're good friends. They stick together. They have each other's back. They complement each other with their abilities. It's great.
Yeah, but with they're not gay, so that would be boring.
I'd probably write them gay.
Yeah, everyone's gay. And when everyone's gay, no one will be.
Yeah, because there will be no more children.
Hooray!
Oh,
finally, the environment has been saved.
Yeah, no more women, yeah.
No more spawns of Satan. Hooray!
Yeah, no more animals going extinct, being preserved from extinction because no humans are there to do it. Yay.
Carry on with the video.
All right.
Okay.
But not an interesting topic. Falcon and the Winter Soldier tackle some very relevant topics such as the nature of terrorism, institutional racism, and inequality within society and the ramifications.
There is no institutional racism in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
There's no institutional racism in the fucking USA. And
there is now.
Be the Iron Patriot.
There is now institutional racism with all this critical race theory bullshit and affirmative action crap. That is institutional racism.
If there was, but what I'm saying is, if there was actual institutional racism, the way that these fucking people are making out, they wouldn't be making Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because they would have said that you're not making a film about a black guy. They wouldn't even have that opportunity. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we wouldn't have. You
are literally complaining about. You are literally making something up to complain about, because for some reason, and I'm going to be really horrible at this, the black community in America have always looked for a scapegoat for why they don't succeed. Yeah. And yet, when black people succeed, they shun the blacks who succeed. It has always been the case. There is always something else for why they live in with gangs and stuff. They never look at themselves and say, "What do we as a community need to do?" It's always, "What have everyone else done to us?" So now,
that's because the Democrats keep telling them that. It's everyone else. It's not your fault. Please stay incompetent so that you keep voting for us.
Yeah, it's
because if you become independent, you don't need to vote. You don't need us anymore. So please stay incompetent and dependent.
Why is it that happens in America, but in all other nations where there's like a black, like Afro, Caribbean British and stuff like that, Black British and everything like that. We don't have that. We don't have unless you get into the big major cities that are turning into American places. Everywhere else, we don't have that situation. But in America, it's always the same story. It's always somebody else's fault.
And if you have slavery, right?
If the institutional racism thing in America was a thing, as you said, we wouldn't have Blade, Spawn, Meteor Man, Morgan Freeman, The Cosby Show, Steve Urkel.
You wouldn't have rap music. You wouldn't have hip hop. Black music industry would be completely destroyed. You wouldn't have anything.
Why is it that the older black generation laughs at the younger black generation? Why is that?
Well,
because they don't know they don't know how hard it was back then. Whereas now you have these equal rights that they claim that they don't have apparently.
Whoopi Goldberg, Geordie LaForge, Tuvok, Worf,
Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Whatever he did.
He's British. But
right. He's not black enough. I forgot.
Yeah, he's not black enough.
He's not eating enough chicken.
Yeah.
And that's what the left said. That's what the left said.
That's true, yeah.
Who's the fucking racist?
That's what another black person said. The head of diversity at the BBC, a black woman, said, "I just thought I wasn't black enough because he doesn't eat enough chicken nor have enough black friends."
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think we've beaten this point already. Should we end the video? Should we blacklist this guy?
Yeah, these people, they live in a fantasy world where everything is horrible in a magical way that is never going away. That is not congruent with reality. They reject every reality check. It's like it is like the satanic panic Christian mothers who see Satanism everywhere.
Oh,
that's what they do, and you can't talk them out of it.
Yeah, but Wisp, of course they see the Christian mothers see satanic panic everywhere. They're women. They're spawns of Satan. So Satan's everywhere.
All right, guys, I'm going to pause the video right now. If we want to do it tomorrow, we could totally do that if you guys are up for it. But we're going to go to Streamlab right
that's
now.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, because this was it's.
It's dragging on, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. He gives a lot of points to just.
It's
in one go. We can go through all the SJW points here.
Yeah. Plus, he swears a lot, and I'm like getting tired of him. So anyway,
yeah.
Here is. I'm not sure who did this. Let me just check. Damon. This is Critical Drinker drinking instead of Jack Daniels. He's drinking something.
Radioactive?
Biohazard.
This is Biohazard.
Yeah.
It's a Nuka-Cola.
I'm not sure. This
has Critical
one?
Drinker made a response to Turf Nation?
No, other people have obviously done responses to Critical Drinker. He doesn't give a crap.
That's great.
I should give a crap.
This is great. I don't know if Geeks and Gamers married a black woman, but he did marry a woman, and that invalidates any statement about him being a misogynist. So, yeah. Basic
well, it's
logic.
funny. They said that about Bill Burr was his wife.
Yeah.
It was
they rationalized it that, oh, she's just a sex slave.
Yeah. I was like, whoa. That is a big, bold accusation. Like, really? And it was great. She just told him, shut the fuck up.
I'm Batman. I'm Scottish. It's shite being Scottish.
Is that Ewan McGregor?
Yeah. It's train spotting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That scene where they're just sitting on a log or something. They're just going off about being Scottish.
But we're Scottish. It's shite being Scottish.
Oh boy, does this happen? Does this actually happen in Power Rangers?
I want it.
I'm gonna find it.
I want it to be true. Yeah. I want it to be true.
This is American accent. I'm Scottish.
Where's Gigaman to prove us right or wrong?
Yeah.
Gigaman watches Power Rangers?
Oh yeah.
Maybe he's on tomorrow.
Does he watch Power Rangers? The whole.
Well, I mean the new stuff. Like, I don't know. I cling on to the old stuff.
Power Rangers.
So here we have Mr. Shatner,
5 million episodes.
or the Shatner, looking at architecture of the Parliament.
No, it's the UK Parliament. It's the Canadian Parliament. And then it's post-modern bullshit in Scotland.
It's the Scottish Parliament building. Yeah, it looks like.
No wonder they're only doing insane bullshit in there.
Wow,
so I think
tiny.
that for one.
It's like Hollywood, not Hollywood.
But the window ornaments. Like I think the window ornaments a little bit look like guns.
Okay.
They look like handguns a little bit, stylized.
Have you been to that place, Smud?
In Scotland? No.
No, I'm in Canada.
Oh, the Ottawa Parliament buildings? No, I've never been there. I've seen them because you drive past them. They're right there, but no, I've never been.
So much green around it.
Well, I don't know if you could tell. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but they have the Eternal Flame for whatever war memorial over there.
They do.
I was never there. I never walked in. I don't know. You see,
if it's a country thing, you should. It's some eternal flame for some war memorial.
Yeah,
you should know which
we
war
have
it
eternal
is.
flames in Toronto all over the place too. I don't know what they're for.
Yeah, but it's usually the Eternal Flame is about World War One.
I didn't know you put them up. I didn't know you put them up for demolished coffee houses. Or something.
I don't know honestly. You see this little disc that's made of stone, and there's a fire coming out. And you're like, what's that? Oh, there's a little plaque next to it. And there's big plaque with small text. It's like I have no idea. The Weeb flag, there it is. Oh, that's a great flag.
That's a good flag.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I can. You know what? I can get behind that.
I can get in front of that.
I like the way you think.
My name wasn't always evil, you know. Jesus.
I wanted to be a painter.
Oh my god! But that photo really does look like him going. I'm gonna paint it, you know. Like him been painting beautiful things.
I just wanted to play video games.
All right. Here's how do we do this? Feminists. Okay. Aliens provides a great female role model. I like Ripley too. Who's Ripley?
Yeah, I can see that the SJWs would identify with that more.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I just like green. That's it. Oh my god,
Private first class man.
General America. I don't know why. Oh man.
God.
Sergeant Asgard, yeah, whatever. Some guy from some country.
And then just Clint. What's this? Just Clint.
That's from Dakason. Thank you, Daka.
Yeah, you've absolutely killed Wisp. Not just.
Yeah.
That's great.
Here's Damon again. My name wasn't always Evil Stallion, you know. Stallion?
That is true. He had I forgot his actual name, but it's yeah.
Kenneth.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin Starlin.
Making diversity a goal leads to worse films. So you're against the push for freedom for women and blacks. Freedom?
That's good.
Hella Pataki, Slayer of Football Heads.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, because I kept saying Helga.
Yeah.
And Helga's from Hey Arnold. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I really did not like this
that's
scene.
Hey Arnold. Okay.
I did not like the idea that you could just squish a star or what came from a star with your bare hands. It's a bit over the top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's the goddess of death.
She can kill solid matter. What?
Yeah, but like I say, it's like she's not overpowered. It's like she. Okay, whatever. If you don't think that's overpowered, then okay.
It's not as though I think Hell is a good villain. Oh, so you don't like Hell? You have a problem with women? That's good. Oh, Turf Nation, what have you done?
Oh,
exactly.
I can make a reasonable argument about women, but Critical Drinker can't.
Mm-hmm.
Loki and Thor, the Asgardians.
Oh yeah, that's the old picture of them staring at Scott Johansson's ass.
Okay.
She has a nice
it
ass.
do be big though.
Not in that photo. It's barely you can't see anything. Nothing's happening.
Hopefully it's edited.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Identity theft reported. That's
I bet you they will reduce the boob armor
to nothing.
Yeah. I'm not too excited. I don't care either way.
Yeah.
Valkyrie in Neptunia.
One of these things is not like the others.
Oh, okay. I know what's going on here. All right. So Neptunia's like meh, and then she's like yeah, and I think that's Fate probably.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I don't know all the Fate characters. There's too many.
It's just small anime girl and stuff and Tessa Thompson, bitch. That's it.
I don't know how you wouldn't download a hammer works in a certain.
You would download a hammer.
Yeah. What's the context for that? Don't steal the hammer from.
I don't know, but it's just fucking.
That's a good point because, like, does she inherit Stormbreaker or does she still get the classic hammer. Like,
no,
how's that work?
It's Mjolnir. Yeah, she gets Mjolnir. But I don't know how.
How though? It's destroyed.
Yeah.
Did they just remake it again?
Well, no. As per Endgame. As per Endgame.
Guys, we don't have to talk about.
Or do we just travel back in time? I don't know.
Oh man, oh god, you're just oh dear.
We'll do it again. I don't know.
Never mind. Turf Nation, Anakin, we gotta respect women. Critical drinker. If she breathes, she's a thought. All women are queens, Anakin. What? What is how does this work? What?
From my point of view, the women are evil.
A
queen without a country isn't a queen.
I don't know what's going on.
And queens are married to kings, not to slaves.
All right, we got Mike Testa.
No, women are kings.
All right.
Matt Hatton? Wisp is being sus right now. Matt Hatton?
You've been seeming sus lately.
I just love that. Yeah, without that Captain Manhattan. I beg your pardon, Wisp.
That was like Captain Warsteiner or some sort of beer. He's like, oh
yeah. But it's just the way that Wisp said it with such confidence as well. She's like, hey, hold on.
Fleet Admiral Warsteiner. No, Fleet Admiral Jägermeister. Here we go. This is just plain anti-feminism. You're a good man. Thank you.
I like the name.
Here's according to Wisp. What? What's happened? What has happened?
Captain Manhattan.
I don't know what's going on here. Well, that's Captain Marvel. Okay.
Yeah, with Dr. Manhattan's head on it.
Yeah, but what's the hammer doing?
Yeah, I'm wondering
what's the hammer doing?
Hammer
even has the glue strip on it too.
Oh yeah, he just put tape on it or something.
All right. It's okay to be a woman.
Testa's still alive. That's great.
And you don't have to put down men to do it.
The more you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a cute corgi. Look at that guy.
Yeah, it's a good-looking one.
Silence wrench.
Do. And the last one, second last one. Mike Testa. Mike Testa's back. Dunce, and she's drooling. I hope she beefed up all last year. I hope she like is ripped like you would not believe.
No, she tried. She's trying.
Yeah.
But it's not really working, is it?
Yeah.
Look how flat she is.
Yeah. Oh well.
Maybe we can use CGI or something.
No,
she probably bumps into things all the time when she has the boob armor.
She has had over a year and a half now of just beefing herself
Should
up.
be just bulking up, yeah.
Yeah, that won't help with her cup size.
Well, no, but...
Hey, listen, all you need to do is just have, 2 off days, do a bit of yoga, and eat burritos, and you'll be like a bodybuilder.
That still won't help with the cup size.
Yeah, why can't you just get Abby from The Last of Us 2? Just get her to beat Thor.
I don't
know. Just, see Natalie Portman's head.
I don't know.
We did with Taskmaster.
I'm not sure what's happening here because the text is overlaid another
Smudcast curse of no bullshit.
Smudcasting?
Wait, is that the guy no bullshit?
Yeah.
That's the no bullshit guy?
That's Knobs.
That's Knobs.
Why? He looks very familiar for some reason.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what you superimposed that on, so I don't get the joke.
Anyway.
It's Halloween. Curse of Michael Myers. It's superimposed over that.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry I can't help you with horror stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
Thanks to everyone for making me laugh like that. It's made my day. week and month.
Yes.
I haven't laughed like that in a very, very long time. This is amazing. Thank you. I needed that.
Oh, alrighty. Well, thanks, guys. That was fun. Oh, here's another super chat from Alex Halo. Oh, it's me, like the Fate version.
Okay.
Oh, your avatar.
Okay.
All right. Cool. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, your avatar. Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to hopefully continue tomorrow if you guys are up for it. If not, we'll just, I don't know, chill out with me and we'll just do what we can.
What? What?
Well, if no one else wants to do it, it'll just be Wisp and myself. So.
Oh, okay. I thought I wasn't there.
Well, if you guys want to come, that's great. I thought Hawk was like, oh, no, thank you. I don't want to do this. But...
Oh, no. I really don't want to do it, but it's a bit of a laugh, isn't it? It's something to do.
Okay.
Let's be honest, no one wants to do any of these videos.
Yeah, I got this comment that's itching to go, but we're not even halfway done. And I'm sure I'm going to have a bigger comment after that, so.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
So. And I haven't been writing down everything we said because it's just so much. I just try to get the main point because he's not going to care anyway, so what's the difference?
Make sure you tell him to move on and live his life.
Yeah, that'll be my last comment. Just move on, grow up, and get over it. And don't make videos because why? Why would you bother?
Yeah.
There's no point.
Exactly.
The best thing you can do is do nothing.
Exactly.
Grow up. Stop making videos. Get a real job.
Go have some babies or something. What's your problem? Like,
go outside, touch grass.
Get a girl. Take a bra off, you know?
Do some workout.
Hooray.
Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much. That was fun. We're gonna do it again tomorrow. Same topic. Same YouTuber as always. When's the last time we did this guy? Like 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, about.
Not too far. I did see this on the docket though weeks ago as well. So we were eventually going to do it. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I guess a few weeks is okay. I just try not to do it within a month, just because we remember the style.
It gets samey, and it just gets a bit like, oh god, this guy again.
Especially this guy's voice too.
Oh, he swears, he says dumb shit, and then his conclusions are like, just get over it. Just come on, it's just silly.
You just gotta move on with your life.
I'm happy he's quoting Critical Drinker though. That's at least something, but his regards to that is just, I don't know, they're empty.
Yeah, anyway. I feel like he's not getting the context for what he's saying though.
Well, no, he's too blinded by his ideology. He can't understand what the hell Critical Drinker's saying.
Yeah,
you can only see the world through straw man.
Almost every other argument was a straw man argument. It's just weird. So, anyway, thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys real soon. Have yourself a great evening, and have a great night.